Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stronghold podcast. We are back after a big and long couple nights of amazing one fights. One was on 2 days in a row. Me, Jake, the producer, in the house, and Matt Pellino in the house. Foxgloves Fight Gym. Let's go. Let's go, bro. I ran into you at the event. Yeah. You were there cornering Keanu for his fight against Amir Khan, and then I was doing the judging, and I was just like, oh shit, I saw you over there on the side. And I was like, dude, what's up? Just want to give you the fist bump or whatever.
It's like funny, like all three of you were just bald, and I was just like,
yeah,
you guys, it's the one FC thing. It's like the bald refs and judges, you know.
Everybody kept making fun of us, the bald Americans.
But wait, are you not now Lukas Leisure from Singapore, though? Because that's what they announced you as.
Lucas Leisure from Singapore.
Someone who got it wrong judging was like, I bet was like, is that fucking French guy from Singapore? French fuck.
Hey,
from Singapore.
Don't you dare call me French. How dare you?
It's that French fuck. The fights were good, though. Let's be honest.
The fights were amazing. Both days. Good. It was like all knockouts except for on the first card, or finishes. On the first card, except for the grappling match, and then the second card was the female fight.
The Tang fight went the distance.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Tang and... my brain is not working today. I'm hungover from the party yesterday, guys. I'm just going to be real. Tan Lee and Tang. That was a pretty good fight, though. It was technical. It was tactical. But, Tan Lee just couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah. I think the thing that really was like affecting Tan Lee in that fight was not only Tang Kai's movements, but he had to fight out of his like unorthodox stance because those calf kicks were killing him.
Yeah, his legs were busted up bad.
They were eating up. And Tang Kai is probably one of the better strikers in one. Even for the MMA side at least. You look at like all the guys, I think Fabricio Andrade is probably the best striker, like pure striker when you look at finishing ability. But Tang Kai is just beating everybody so decisively. He really hasn't been in trouble.
Can you pull up Tang Kai's record, Jake? His Tapology or whatever? Yeah, he looked really good. Now he's the first Chinese male world champion in any major organization, which is pretty sweet. He wanted this fight a lot. He was asking for it.
What is it? Tang, T-A?
Tang Kai. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Kai Tang, yeah, that's it.
15-2 is his record.
I'm surprised. I thought he was undefeated. I'm curious.
No, he had a loss earlier in one, I thought. Yeah.
Who did he lose to in one? That's interesting.
But now he's a champion, and those leg kicks were brutal. That was the most damaging strikes of the whole fight. You could see him on the side of his legs.
There you go.
Tan Lee.
I mean, he put Jae Won Koo like that. The guy, the monkey, the god, fighting god.
Yeah, that's right.
The one before this fight, he just starched him.
I think I may have judged that one as well.
But look, he finished everyone. Look who he didn't finish.
Yeah.
My boy Keanu Subba.
Didn't finish Tan Lee. Keanu's tough, man.
That's a tough kid.
Keanu's tough as hell.
And Edward. I used to train Edward Kelly, too.
But he's been on some run. Damn, look at that.
Yeah, who'd he lose to?
Yeah, way early in his career.
So he lost to 2 Russians by decision.
Yeah.
Big shocker there. All right.
But that's in 2017 and 2016. I mean, he's not that old. How old is he, Jake? Can you scroll up there? Probably at the top it'll say. I don't think he's that old. 26. Yeah, so in 2017 he would have been...
But is he really 26?
He's Chinese 26.
Is he really 26? This guy's probably like 32. Like,
if there's one thing communists are known for, it's their record keeping, though. So yeah, he probably is.
How do you think he would do against Gary Tonin? You know they're going to start to try to push that. They get Gary another fight.
Is Gary going to fight again after that knockout?
I mean, I think so.
I would just do the grappling stuff. Bro.
Gary's game, though, man. Gary doesn't mind a loss. Like he doesn't mind a loss.
That wasn't a loss.
That was brutal.
That was brutal.
That was brutal.
The thing is with Gary, there's a lot of good fights. To be honest, the fight that
he's still young. Like he can still do it.
Yeah, for sure. The fight they should make next is probably Martin versus Tang Kai.
Yeah,
Martin's been. I know Martin's fighting again soon against some Russian guy.
Isn't he come off of a couple of losses?
No, I thought he won his last fight or 2.
I can't remember. He lost both his titles, but I can't remember after that.
I know he lost to the guy that Tang Kai knocked out, the Korean guy.
Yeah.
And then he won his last fight.
And he lost to Tan Lee.
Yeah, but I mean that was before that.
Right.
I know he's fighting a Russian, but I know the Russian. I look at records and stuff, and the Russian's not good. Martin should beat him. But I mean, when you look at rankings, which they probably don't mean anything in one anyways, look at featherweight. Who else is in that division that Tang Kai could even fight next?
Yeah.
That he hasn't fought.
Let's see. Can you pull up the top 5 there, Jake?
Can try. Rankings.
Well, so now Ton Lee is going to be number 1. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see what the top 5 of men's featherweight. Right there. So we got Ton Lee, number one contender. Kim Jae-woong, number 2. So Tang Kai beat both of them in a row. Martin's ranked number 3. Martin Nguyen. Gary Tonon's ranked 4, and now Amir Khan is currently ranked 5. But now your boy Keanu Subba should slide right into that number 5 spot. So I met you there because you were cornering Keanu. So Keanu with a huge win, man. That was a big win.
The thing is like,
what was the game plan going in? Like,
well, to hit him with it was legitimately, and Gianni's one of those guys who's really transitioned well. And like, I don't say that just because he's like one of my closest friends, but he's done a really good job of transitioning from being a high level fighter to a coach. And the thing with Amir Khan is, you watch his last fight against the Ryogo Tokugashi guy.
Yeah.
He got lit up and he got hit hard with hands, and he wasn't taking calf kicks. So you look at, how do you stop calf kicks?
yeah, he probably should have lost that fight.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But
Yeah.
besides the point, let's you just look at the way to stop calf kicks. You're either going to counter with a low stance, or you're going to be high and tight. Now, Amir came out in this fight with an extremely long, low stance. So, like, he didn't want to get those calf kicks. But we knew that going in. So Gianni's like, hey, we're going to hit him with hands. So in the back, the whole warm-up, there was like 1 or 2 calf kicks and then a lot of punches. A lot of heavy punches. Nothing like too sophisticated. You know, some good frames, but a lot of hard 1-2s, a lot of good 3-2s. Keanu's knocked a lot of people out as an amateur with like straight punches, and like people forget, because he's got really good jiu-jitsu as well, that he can strike. But if you watched when he fought Christian Lee, he was lighting Christian Lee up on the feet when they fought first too.
That was like one of his first like actually competitive fights.
Yeah.
Can you pull up Keanu, Jake?
Yeah.
Like, you look at Keanu's record.
So you were thinking he was going to be really worried about the calf kicks.
Oh, he was.
And so adopt that long stance, be a little bit less mobile, so Keanu can move around and cut angles and quick combinations, because he was fighting really good with combinations.
And it was like Amir, he was ready for a grappling fight. Every time Keanu feinted and loaded his hips, you saw a huge reaction come out of Amir's stance. So we and like, for us, that was never the game. The game plan was to go in and light this guy up. Go in there and touch him.
Put pressure on him early.
Yep, touch him. Clean 1-2s, clean 3-2s. And, you know, that's basically what happened. And like, he landed, if you watch the exchange to the finish, Keanu lands a really short right hand that wobbles Amir. Amir stumbles back, and then Keanu closes distance. Clean 3-2. Clicked him on both sides.
Yeah,
3
boom,
clicks.
going down the other side.
2 clicks right behind the ear. And then you had people online going like, oh, it's behind the head. Bro.
Really? Were people saying that?
Bro, you go into the comment sections, guys like DQ, and I'm like, DQ these nuts. Like,
DQ.
bro.
No,
his old coach was like, oh, those look like shots behind the head. I'm like, it looks like a dead body. That's what it looks like.
Also, when you're moving, you can't really like illegal shots behind the head, or like when they say that, they mean like you're targeting the back of the head.
Yeah.
Not like someone's moving, their head's going down, and you've already started the punch seconds earlier. Like, there's no...
Bro, if you duck into a shot,
then
and you get hit behind the ear,
Totally.
it's 100% legal.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look when McGregor knocked out Poirier the first time. It was like way up here behind the ear.
With the hammer fist, right?
No, I mean the first punch.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dustin level changed and Connor hit him with the left, but the left hit him like really high up behind the ear, and he was like messed up. And it's just like, bro.
When Cyril Gane KO'd Junior Dos Santos, the same thing. He was turning to like run, basically, right?
And
he turned and exposed the back of his head while the elbow was coming in, and then he was like, "Oh, it was illegal."
If it's a kick as well, like look what happened to Usman last week. Where do you think like Leon Edwards' foot was on his head when it hit him? It's not like
It
side
wraps
of his head.
around,
It's
yeah.
wrapped round.
I mean, to even complain about something like that.
Yeah,
and then like Amir Khan went on his social media. It's like, oh, they're saying, oh, those 2 shots were controversial. Controversial, my nuts. You got slept, bro.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I didn't.
It was on his story. I watched it.
Can you pull up a little?
I can try.
A little drama. Is Instagram?
It was on his Instagram story on Sunday.
Oh, it's a story.
Or
Maybe,
Saturday,
maybe
yeah.
we can't see it if it's not a post.
Unless he's frozen it on there. I don't know. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I didn't hear him say that. To be honest, I didn't even know there was any drama about where the shots landed or anything.
No, yeah. I mean, you go to one FC's real quick. Let's look at the post. You'll see what I'm talking about because it was absolutely ridiculous that people were even like talking about it.
I mean, that's as good as his hands have ever looked. 2 minutes. What was the fight? 2 minutes long or something like that?
Go down. Get out of here, Tommy Langacker. You don't deserve 50 G's. Get out of here. Nah. You know what?
Matt is bitter because Keanu didn't get the bonus and the grappling match did. Which, to be fair, I mean, I hear you.
Well,
I
you
definitely
knock
hear
out the number 5 guy in the world based
Yeah.
on your rankings in the first round, and you don't get 50 G's. Come on, bro. What is that?
Give Keanu some love, man. Give the man 50 G's. All right.
So it's not logged in for some reason, and I can't see it well enough from here.
If you just click on it, you can log in with mine. Maybe not. Just click that, see if it does anything.
Everyone, now's your chance to look at
See,
Stronghold.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry
Sorry,
about
can't
it.
get it. It's
Okay,
been-
no worries. Either way, I mean, they're certainly not going to call it back or anything like that.
I fucking hope not.
But
But you
Amir-
never know.
I mean, Amir's had a couple rough fights in a row now, and a couple decisions that maybe I don't know if they should have gone his way, because he had the rough one with Ev Ting as well.
Oh, I was in the corner for that
Yeah.
one, and it was funny because like Gianni just posted like a thing about the fight, and like his hashtag was for Ev.
Oh, really? That one was closer, though. I thought that one was closer, but still, I thought that Evan won that fight. But so,
can't- yeah.
what do you think next for him, man?
Amir?
No, for Keanu. Now that he should break into the top 5.
I mean, I don't want to like put like information I know out there. I know who.
No, but who would you like to see him fight? Not,
I know who he's fighting next.
Oh, already?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well, you can.
And
you
it
can tell me
rhymes
later.
with.
Can tell me later, dude. I
Yeah.
keep good secrets.
well, they're going back to KL.
yes.
When their next one's going to be in KL October 22nd. So I'm assuming Keanu's going to be on that card, and I'm assuming Keanu might have gotten.
Yeah, he's not hurt or anything, right?
Who he called out in the post fight.
Okay.
It was a Korean guy. I guess they offered him 5-2, but
He's not hurt or anything after the fight.
his knuckles hurt. But I mean, that's what happens when
Yeah.
you bounce someone's head off the guy's. You know, it's just kind of like for Keanu. I think he wins another fight. He becomes 10-5. Then he fights. I'd really like to see him fight the guy that Tang knocked out, the monkey, the fighting god,
Yeah.
the Wing Kun guy.
Yeah. Was he ranked number 3 or something like that?
He was
now?
ranked number 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, that guy knocked out Martin. But to be honest, like, I think that guy's boxing is decent. But I think Keanu hits harder than him, and I feel like Keanu could probably finish that guy. So I would like to see him fight, because you win a fight like that, then you're like, you should be in title contention already.
What about that? Now that we have a new champion in the weight class, how would you think Keanu would do against
People forget
against Kai?
Keanu fought Tang Kai
They already fought once.
right after
yeah.
his leg break, though. Like, it was his
That
first.
was his next fight, right?
Yeah, it was his first fight, and like he just like
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch the fight live, and then I could never find anything of like what happened.
he got like,
And then they showed it at the
Yeah.
event, and I was like, "Oh, it was the first time I'd seen it." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oof!" Went back
the
to
leg
step
break,
on it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the full on
I
shin
was
break.
surprised they even showed that. I was like, what?
Yeah, me too. They showed it on the thing. I was
They
like,
put-
"Shit."
Well, the funny thing about that was, if you look at the thing when they showing the reel of the movie before the fight, they show Keanu and they put Gianni Subba. Like, they put the wrong name up on
Oh, really? They got his brother.
the screen. I was like, I wanted to send that to my boy Igley over at One and be like, what's happening over there? Well, you guys can't even get the right name. No, but yeah, that was a nasty break. And to be honest, the Kyogi Ishii guy,
Yeah,
that Keanu broke his leg in,
Yeah.
he was fucking him up.
yeah.
He was beating his ass.
Did he? It wasn't a check kick because he went back and put his weight on it, right?
He threw an inside kick and it broke, and then he stepped.
Oh, right, because I saw the step, and that's so it was a check low kick.
No, he just threw an inside, like it was just inside kick that hit wrong.
Like on the knee or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's just freak accident.
Yeah. Those are
Freak
brutal, man. Those are so brutal.
And then like it's a big break, and like I was surprised they gave Keanu Tang after like the leg break. Kind of a dick move, but like it is what it is. And but Keanu didn't get finished, and he could still hold his ground in exchange,
Yeah.
And to be honest, Keanu's got very good grappling. If you look at that division from the top down, with the exception of Gary, he's probably the best grappler out of that bunch.
Yeah, he's really good. I rolled with him at clinch when I was super wasted one time.
He's stronger than he looks.
Yeah, he's way stronger than he looks.
It's Keanu.
He's got that deceptive strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled with him. I went to visit Ahmed one time when at the gym. This was before I moved there when you and I were working there. Yeah. And I was just going there on holiday. I had no intention of training or doing anything like that. And so I rolled up. I think I told you the story before. And I'd already been drinking that day. It was like 6 or 6:30 class or whatever. I told Ahmed.
What you do when you're in KO.
I told Ahmed, I was like, I'm not going to train her. And he never mentioned training to me at all. I was like, I'm just going to go have drinks, and I'll go, and you guys can meet me at the bar around the gym when class is over.
So many bars there.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just go have the drinks, and then when you're done, come meet me or whatever. And then he's like, dude, Keanu's here. Go roll with him. Go roll with him. Go roll with him. I'm like, I've had like 6 beers, man. What are you talking about? Go roll with him. He's like, dude, you just got to go train with him. And I was like, okay, went there, had the worst roll of my life with Keanu. I just remember like 2 minutes in, I was like, oh God, this is such a, they start sweating, like the alcohol sweats and everything. And I was like, sorry. I literally said to him, I probably, my breath stank or whatever. And I literally said to him, I'm like, sorry, dude, this wasn't my idea. Like, sorry that I had to do this to you. This is all on meds. I tried to get out of it. He insisted. He's like, no, man, it's cool. I was like, I'm sorry, I stink.
No, but like him and his brother are just like the best, most genuine people in the world.
Yeah, super nice, both of them.
Yeah,
that whole crew is super nice. Them and Ev and you and all those old school Kale
it was funny
guys, right?
We were like this. Keanu came, and like, to be honest, like this is the first time I was able to corner Keanu as a pro.
Is it?
And I cornered him for all of his amateur fights, and this is the only time as a professional I was able to corner him.
Who's in the corner? You and Gianni?
Just me and G. Yeah. And Keanu's like, man, this is like the OG Malaysia varsity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All we're missing is Ev, And it was just a good night. Like, it was good to see a guy that, you kind of grew up from scratch to go out there and like really like put it on a guy,
Yeah, and break into the top 5 most likely. So he's gonna have some good fights, and it seems he's got a few fights done now since he's had his leg break, and he's already competed against like the best in the division, and he held his own. So. Yeah. He's right there. He's right there. It's just putting the training in. That'd be crazy, a Malaysian champ. If fucking Keanu won the championship, that'd be crazy, dude.
I mean, if there's someone who's going to give Tang a tougher fight, Keanu, I mean, like in the first round, he didn't look super bad. He could land shots. He got a takedown. It's just like he said, like once he got kicked in the leg that was hurt, his like reaction was gone, basically. Yeah. Like the way he couldn't move his hips, just everything, the timing was off. And then,
you got to find a way to deal with his low kicks, because they were a problem for Tan Lee as well, man.
Oh, they were horrible. The calf kick, you gotta take away.
Yeah, you got to take it away.
It's the big staple in MMA now for strikers who want to fight guys who want to throw heavy. Because if I'm a moving striker and a guy is going to plant his feet and throw heavy, if I take away that lead leg, that whole game plan is gone.
Yeah, you just take away the jab by throwing that long calf kick. It's longer. It's way longer than the jab. Anytime you put weight on that front leg, you're vulnerable. You can't check it. Yeah, so you definitely have to come up with some trainings and stuff to deal with that, because his kicks are nasty.
And then Christian Lee.
And he's hard to track down too, right? He's hard to he
moves well.
He kicks and moves. Boom, couple combinations, moving, sticking and moving.
You gotta grapple him. You gotta be able to tie him up.
You got to be able to cut him off as well, like to get him up against the fence, keep him in front of you.
And then you got to be careful, because like a lot of the big strikes in that fight were counter strikes of Tan Lee coming forward. Tang Kai's left hook was money.
Yeah.
That was the one that dropped him. The left hook was just money. And like you could hear Tan Lee's corner just yelling, keep your right hand up. Cause
that's what they were yelling the whole time.
He was getting calf kicked, so he went southpaw. And when he went southpaw, that lead hand is the right hand now. And he wanted to jump in. And you saw early in the fight, he was winging that right hand, like that overhand.
Yeah.
And when he switched, he had to throw that from the other stance. So it's from southpaw.
Yeah.
And it's just different. The angle of the punch is different because the leverage of your hips is different based on the placement of your hips. So when he started throwing it, he was getting checked quite easily by that left.
Yeah.
So then his corner just started yelling. And we watched all the fights. After our fight, we didn't go back.
Yeah, you guys were still chilling in there, right?
Yeah, we were just in the stands like, yeah, we're watching these.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
They were great fights.
They were great fights.
Great fights. And all you heard was Tenley's brother, keep your right hand
that's
up.
it. That's
Keep
all
your
you
right
heard.
hand up. Because the shot he got dropped with was the left hook.
Yeah, yeah. But good fight. Your boy's right there in the division now. He's already fought the champ, so maybe some... can you pull up the rest of that card? Oh, man, see, while we're right there, the Rich Wada, Pityandi, man, that knockout was brutal. Saemapetch crushed him.
See, that's a $50K performance right there.
They didn't pay...
He did. He
I
got
was
it.
going to say they paid him, right?
He got $50K.
Bro, that was crazy. Rich Wada was out for a long time. They had to take him out in a stretcher.
I mean, do you see the punch? Jeez.
Yeah, and I heard that someone told me in the back that he, like, for a long time afterward, like, he didn't know where he was. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He looked like, he had, like, 1,000-yard stare kind of thing. Like, there were a few of those, man. I think in that first night, like, 3 people left on stretchers.
Well,
there were a ton of knockouts. One guy got wheelchaired out.
Well,
like,
Rich Wada was winning.
Yeah,
Rich Wada was winning. And then just out of nowhere, Saemapetch just...
Was it that southpaw overhand, right?
Yeah, he just cleaned him.
Dude, it looked like the Dan Henderson knockout of Bisping.
That was bad.
Like, it was that clean, full-on overhand right, caught him right at the chin where you see the shwoo, the whiplash in the neck. Those are the worst ones, right?
That Muay Thai with small gloves ain't no joke.
Dude, it is the most exciting Muay Thai in the world. These guys do not fight like Thais. Like, I think the knockout percentage of, like, one Muay Thai with the small glove compared to, like, Thailand Muay Thai is, like, 40 to 50% higher.
I mean, maybe even more than that. It's just like a different game, too.
And some of them are brutal. Did you see the up elbow, step in elbow from yesterday
super
with
leg.
super leg? Man,
Yeah, it was nasty.
that was nasty.
Was that nastier than Panpayak's knockout?
No, Panpayak's
That was
knockout
crazy.
was one of the best knockouts I ever seen. Jake, see if you can. You must have saw it. Oh, we talked about this one.
Yeah.
Can you pull up that knockout? I mean, that was brutal. The right hook knocked him out already, and then on the way down, the head kick slammed in.
But people, I mean, you get a lot of, like, the guys who are, like, Super Bon, Chingy Alazov. When you look at the most accomplished Muay Thai fighter in one, it's Panpayak.
He's amazing.
No, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the Thai Fighter of the Year 4 times.
Yeah.
He's the only guy to do that in the history of Muay Thai.
The fucking Muay Thai one is so
back
good.
to back to back to back years.
You,
and-
you might have to Google it, Jake.
and-
Ritwada KO.
And he lost.
1 day ago, yeah.
And he lost to Superlek in a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
But in that 3rd round, he was teeing off on him.
But Superleg's also a legend. Like,
No, he's good, but, like, I'm telling you, when they fight,
yeah, Saemapetch. I mean, oh no, this isn't the one.
that's it.
No, we're. Oh right, this is the
That's
overhand.
Saemapetch.
Oh yeah, that's it.
The
that's
other one
overhand.
is, Panpayak.
Panpayak, yeah. Find him. How do you spell it?
P-A-N.
Okay, right.
I got you. P-A-N-P-A. Yeah, there it is. First one.
It hears us. YouTube definitely heard us, dude, because that is not the first thing that should pop up when you type in like.
And there it is, right there.
P-A-N. I mean, this. If you have not watched this, Panpayak, Jit Moon-Yan knocks out. Who was it?
Michael Savas.
Michael.
Which
Savas.
is bad.
No, they were saying in the back that he was like looked afraid.
Who? Savas?
Savas, yeah.
I don't think he was afraid, but like you
Not
have
afraid, but nervous.
I mean,
that's what
you're
they were
fighting the Michael Jordan of Muay Thai.
Yeah, let's watch that one, Jake. It's the top one, I think. Is
Yeah, it's the YouTube short.
So one released this. I don't know if we can show this though, but now see, he got knocked out with the hook first, and then the head kick came up. You can see it from another angle, and the hook comes down. Oh, see, he's
Well, I mean, Elias
he's stiffed on the
knows.
way down.
He's
Whoa, that is one of the best knockouts of the year, man.
bro, but you go from supposedly to fighting Rod Tang to fighting a super technical guy.
Yeah,
It's a bit. I mean,
that was a bummer. Rotang and Haggerty both.
but I heard
missed
Rod
weight.
Tang didn't want to make weight. Is what I heard.
He missed by 10 pounds or something.
Yeah, I heard like he didn't even try to cut the weight.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way if he missed by 10 pounds
Yeah.
that he even tried.
And then like, what was Haggerty sick or something?
They were saying that he was like, he didn't pass the hydration test. He was like, I can't remember what somebody said. His like kidneys were shutting down or something like that.
Well, Amir is good. Amir Nasri, the guy who lost to Michael Savas.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he'll fight in KO on the 22nd. And Amir is beating some really, really good ties. So I look forward to seeing Amir fight as well. But, I mean, even the bottom of the card, if you run down this card and you go to the very bottom, that Evolve guy didn't ever belong in the super nice guy, Talis Nakasu.
Yeah.
But, man, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, his hands were
he
pretty
didn't,
rough.
he didn't belong in the cage at all. I mean, he got stiff too.
Yeah.
Like he got hit and he was like that,
Yeah,
bro. I
yeah,
mean,
for sure. I mean, that was a knockout, and you go up round 1. Oh, that was a decision. TKO round 1. Martin,
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
'Cause
You can
Paul
hear
Elliott-
those. So this is Paul Elliott and Martin Batur. These heavyweights were so winging, man. And he came back as well because he got hurt bad by Paul Elliott early on in that
I
fight.
was so pissed off because we were watching it backstage, and Martin Batur was like huge favorite on my parlay, and I was just like, if my parlay dies,
It's this guy's fault. And it looked like he
first leg of my parlay dies because the heaviest favorite loses. That would be the most 1FC thing ever.
What was your parlay?
So I had Batur. He was like a 1.4 favorite.
That was the closest you came to losing it right there because he almost got put out early on.
And then I had Keanu, who was 3.20. Then I had Tang, who was 2.95.
So those are both almost 3-1 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tang, that's just bookies not knowing fighting.
Yeah, not knowing.
Like, if you watched 1FC, there was no way. Tang versus Tan Lee should have been. So, OK Rae Yoon and Christian Lee was an even fight. So, it was like the equivalent of minus 110 to minus 110. You know, minus 110 to minus 100 or something. That's what Tan Lee and Tang should have been. But Tang was plus 285.
Yeah.
So we're betting. I'm like, let's go.
Well, listen, guys. If you are into betting, now is the best time ever to start betting for one because the market doesn't know. Vegas doesn't really know these guys that well yet. So you're going to see some favorites more than you would see in the U.S., where the people are way more well known. They can come out with a much tighter odds. Whereas like now you're going to see some favorites and stuff because this market isn't as well known. So yeah, I mean Tang definitely should not have been a 2-3 or Tan Lee should have been 3-1 dog.
Come on. Like, I mean, I understand the Keanu one because
I think the Gary Tonin knockout just put him over, but people like really loved
Tan Lee.
Yeah,
but I mean, I saw Tan Lee get knocked out in a regional show in the U.S. He fought in LFA and his first title defense got knocked out in the first minute.
Yeah,
that's a regional show. So like, I'm not knocking him. But I'm just saying, like, you have a young guy who's beaten everyone in the division, Tang he's literally never been in trouble in a fight. Like, with the exception of when Keanu took him down, he hasn't even gotten hit.
Yeah, his defense, his footwork is so good.
So good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you got a guy like Tan Lee, who even when he fought Martin, he got rocked.
Yeah.
But he clipped Martin when Martin came in, you know?
Martin just spamming that overhand right so much, man.
I mean, he had so much success with it.
I know, but like it's kind of rough to watch how much he goes to it, man.
Yeah,
It's like
for sure.
You go to the well way too much with that stuff. I mean, I know he's got a nuclear bomb on his right hand, but still. But it'd be interesting to see if he comes back and makes some adjustments and starts doing some like combination punching and more jiu-jitsu and wrestling like he did earlier on when he was coming up.
Yeah.
And the main event, let's hit this up, man. Christian Lee just walks through OK Rae Yoon.
That was a performance of an angry man.
Yeah.
Someone who's super pissed about the first fight.
I mean, he was like Dude, he walked through him.
I thought he lost the first fight, though.
I thought he won pretty clearly, actually. If you use the one rules, I think if you maybe use like the unified rules, if you're like Ox stole a couple rounds or had more volume or whatever, then okay. But if damage is the highest scoring criteria, then definitely, or finishing the fight,
but
definitely
he
Christian.
gassed for half the fight.
Yeah,
he was gassed.
Came on later on toward the end of the fight.
Yeah, it's just like Christian Lee landed that big shot in the fifth, but from the middle of the second until that point, he wasn't in the fight. He gassed. So, like, I don't understand why it was unanimous. It wasn't even split. The first fight wasn't a split decision.
Yeah.
It was unanimous. Like, I thought unanimously OK Rae Yoon won as well. But, I mean, Christian Lee he's always going to have people who can fight him because he's in that division where there's so many competitors. I mean, there's guys in one that can beat Christian, for sure.
Well, he's pretty much cleaned out the entire top 5 now. He's beat everybody in the top 5.
Kind of.
Who hasn't he fought yet? In the top 5, I think he's beat everybody.
He's
now.
still not fought Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, but Eddie Alvarez
he's on an absolute skid.
But he can't win a fight.
Yeah.
But who's he fight? I mean, he hasn't fought in Lowen yet.
Yeah. Well, Lowen, if he can stay healthy and he can come back. Can you pull up Lowen? We talk about Lowen every time you come on. But I want to see when he's. How often is he fighting?
I mean, he fought Gafarov, lost like a bogus split decision.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, in a fight that he obviously won, but whatever. Look at the lightweight rankings.
Oh, they're on the right, Jake. They're right.
So you got Doggy.
Yeah.
Timothy
Who
Shinya.
he beat.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay, first of all, there's no fucking way that Saigid Isgamakayev guy makes fucking 77 kilos hydrated.
is he huge?
He's fucking huge. But to be fair, I did see him get slept in Abu Dhabi.
Who'd he fight?
He fought the Guyanese guy from the UFC. The Guyanese guy fucking caught him in the darts and put him to sleep. Pretty sure that's what happened.
Guyanese?
Yeah, he was the first ever Guyanese guy in the pull up Isgakamev's record.
Isgakamev.
I'm on it. Just takes me a second.
Isgakamayev.
Yeah, so I know obviously the lightweight division is probably the premier division.
There's just so many guys who can go up and down.
And so many names as well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Eddie Alvarez isn't even in the top 5 there.
That's definitely, yeah.
Okay, so his record is 20-2.
There you go.
Like, that guy had one fight. How is he ranked 5th? Fuck off.
Okay, who did he beat? Oh, he beat Nakashima.
Yes, Carlston,
Right.
yes. See, darts choke. Carlston Harris.
Carlston Harris.
Fought in the UFC. He just lost to Shakmat.
Well, it's because he beat Nakashima, who's ranked. That's why he's up there. But still, 20-2 is a solid record.
No,
Sometimes you just get darts, dude. I mean,
No, don't get me wrong. He's good, but like he was cutting to 77. There's no way he makes 77 hydrated. No fucking way.
well, Christian Lee's pretty big for the weight class too, I think. But he looked great. I mean, he just ran through OK Rae Yoon.
I'll tell you right
I didn't
now,
expect
Christian
it.
Lee is a small 77 kilo guy.
Well, 77 kilo, yeah. But if he went to the UFC or something like that, he would definitely be a lightweight.
He'd have to be. There's no
Yeah,
way
for
he
sure.
can fight at 77.
But it's just because everybody's weight class is higher. But yeah, man, Christian Lee's just doing work. He's pretty much cleaned out. Other than that guy, he's cleaned out the entire top 5. I still want to see the Eddie Alvarez fight because I think it would punch Christian Lee through. Like, even if they're not ranked, just do the fight already. Plus, he fought everybody in the top 5.
If Alvarez can put like 1 or 2 wins together, then just give him Christian Lee.
Just do it now.
For the name value.
But why?
Just do it now.
Why does Eddie Alvarez need to punch and he wins?
Just do it now.
It's ONE FC. Just
Yeah.
fucking put him to the top.
Just put him in there.
No, I mean, let's just be honest. Like, bro, how many times did fucking Falayan fight for the belt?
Yeah. And he beat Folayang, although he almost lost that fight too. But then OK Rae Yoon, it was controversial, right? I mean, it was pretty close. Eddie was coming back. You heard him a couple times. It was a competitive fight.
I think Tang Kai would beat Christian Lee if they fought.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
He'd be hard to get. He's hard to get a hold of. But Christian just berserkers people to the fence and like into wrestling and stuff. I think he could grab a hold of him, especially early.
I think
he's really dangerous in the first round.
I think he'd get knocked out. I think Tang Kai would fuck him up.
Well, one kind of has this bottom heavy rankings, right? Where like the previous weight champ beat like the next weight champ.
I'll be honest,
like all the way from bottom to top.
I've seen them in the back. They're very similar in size.
Really? Really?
Yeah, they're very similar in size. I could easily see Tang Kai going up to fight Christian Lee.
That would be cool. That'd be a fun
I
fight to watch.
100% see that. And I think if Christian berserkers, he would get knocked out.
But realistic.
That's what happened when he fought Marin. He tried to berserker Marin. He got.
Yeah, for sure.
He
he learned. He chilled out a little bit more after that fight.
This is the thing with Christian, right? His grappling is not good in the center of the ring. He only can take you down when you're against the cage. That's where he's good. Now, if the guy has good footwork and you start rushing to get him to the cage, that's when it becomes dangerous for you.
Yeah. Also, it'd be harder to kick Christian, I feel like, because he could potentially catch those kicks.
Yeah.
If he could get a hold of him that way, because he would definitely approach it totally different than like Tan Lee, right?
He would have to. Like, the game plan to fight Tang Kai it has to be to close distance.
Yeah.
There's a very simple path to beating someone.
Cut him off with your footwork.
And
you have to keep him in front of you.
A guy like Tang Kai is to put him against the cage.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way.
But who do
You
you
can't
think?
fight him in open space.
But who do you think they do give him to? If you were Matt Hume, who you giving Christian to next?
Gaffarov.
Gaffarov,
Yeah.
Marat.
Bro, Marat just beat Lowen and Ariel Sexton. Why not?
Yeah, that's true. He's not ranked, but yeah, he's probably the only one that's
No,
got
he's
a couple.
better than all the other guys ranked.
He's like 38 or something like that.
No way.
Yeah, he's
Really?
yeah.
Bro, Gaffarov has had one or two bad fights in ONE FC.
Yeah.
And then he steamrolled everyone.
Can you pull up Marat Gaffarov?
The Lopez fight, he got caught in like the first 20 seconds of the fight.
Ooh, he got knocked out bad too.
He got subbed.
Yeah. Oh, sub, right? That's what it was. Wait, what was it? He got subbed with the.
He got like hit and then choked from behind. But I mean, look at that record. 19-4 is a sick record. And look
Yeah.
who he's beating.
He's definitely older though. I'm certain. Oh, 37. Yeah, 37. I said 38.
I mean, you
Go down a little bit?
Same shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're right either way, you know.
Okay, so he lost to OK Rae Yoon.
Oh,
So
see, I
he's-
didn't know he even fought OK Rae Yoon.
Yeah. See, yeah, and see, he's got a lot of alternating. Oof. Yeah. See, that's pretty rough. That's why he's not in the top 5. After he lost his title, it's win one.
But I
lose
mean,
one, win one,
look
lose
at
one.
the guys he's beating compared
Yeah.
to the guys in the top 5.
For sure. Yeah. No,
I mean,
he's still a champion. He's still a previous champion. Tough as nails. He looked pretty good against.
I've grappled him multiple times when I
Marat?
was at Tiger. And that is a strong fucking human being.
Yeah, you can tell.
That's a strong human, bro.
Well,
He's
wait-
like a little bear, bro.
No, I saw him when he was weighing in to fight.
And he's a hairy person.
Yes, he's so hairy,
Fuck,
man.
bro.
That
He'll-
Russian strength.
He'll grapple you with the shirt off, and you're just like, you're grabbing him, and like, it's you like adjusting, and it's like adjusting your hands through a carpet.
When I was cornering Major for when he fought, I think Boku or something like that. I think that's when Marat Gaffarov was fighting Lasita, maybe, or maybe that's when Steven fought. I can't remember, but it was. I saw Rob Lasita there, and I saw Marat. It was before he was champion. He was doing the weight cut, jacked. He was so dense. I was probably like 170 at the time. He's 145. He looks bigger than me.
Yeah.
Hairy, just jacked, dense as fuck. Big thick beard, looks mean as shit. Super nice though. He was nice.
Oh, Gaffarov's a nice guy.
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to think. Just go to fighters and look at lightweight. They should have a fighters like athletes. Go to athletes, and then go to all athletes.
I've never clicked on this tab.
So what's up? I think in weight. It's not in weights though. It's just
Jesus Christ.
pictures.
Okay, we're not gonna go anywhere with this.
Yeah, we're not getting anywhere with this.
Look at all these. Look at all the athletes go from this page. It's like all Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
happy to be there.
Yeah, it looks like a
Captain.
Muay Thai mug shots.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so let's move to the second card. The second card, the Amazon one. The crazy, another really great card, man. The whole card was just a banger. It would have been really sweet to have Rotang and Rotang on the card, but whatever. All right, let's start with where should we start? Buchecha. I mean, he made that guy
come on.
panic tap to a heel hook.
You got to talk the first one though. Amir.
I like Beery.
Just because that was a nasty crucifix. He got him in round 1 and round 2. Beat the shit out of the guy.
Well,
Mounted him at the end, was dropping elbows. He had a huge hematoma over his eye.
well, people forget Amir Al-Akbari was a huge prospect when he signed to ONE, and he got knocked out by that Korean guy. But when you look at his record before him coming to ONE, he beat a lot of good people in Ryzen. So he was a really big signing to ONE FC. And if I remember correctly, he was signed to the UFC, and they couldn't get his visas done to get to America. So UFC decided to release him. Then he started to come. Then ONE picked him up. But that was a big signing. And, like, he's very good. The fact that he lost those 2 fights, he lost to the Russian guy who's the interim champ,
Yeah.
who's a savage.
Yeah.
And then he lost to the Korean guy, which to me was a fluke. But, like, this guy is a giant human being.
He's huge.
He is a freaking unit, bro.
Man, those heavyweights, because he was like, I think they said he was like 255 or something like
Bro,
that.
he towers over Buchecha, bro.
So he's a big heavyweight, and when you could hear when they were kicking and punching each other, man, it sounds so different when those big-ass heavyweights are in there swinging punches and kicking each other. And, once he got the crucifix, he was doing tons of damage, got the mount, and then that was when he started landing those brutal elbows. and just you saw his face swell up instantly. That Amir Al-Akbari guy is pretty scary, man. Good. Because one definitely needs to build their heavyweight division. That's where
That's their weakest division.
Yeah, but with guys like him, Buchecha in there, that makes it super interesting. Buchecha got the heel hook.
You said panic tap?
I think it was a panic
I
tap.
also thought that when I saw it.
He didn't really have it, but if Buchecha gets a hold of your heel, even though the knee line was a little weak and he didn't quite have tension on the leg when he was doing it, if you get in that position, you're probably just like, I'd rather not risk my ACL.
I will tell you though, if you look how Hermanson subbed Gastelum, when you get that heel hook from the side, and like I finished a fight by heel hook as well. A lot of times, once you put that pressure in like this, even if it's not tight, the guy's he's gonna tap.
Yeah, that's panic tap.
Yeah, he's gonna.
You got to be put into a lot of heel hooks to know exactly when they have it and when they don't.
Well, I mean,
especially an outside heel hook. It was an outside heel hook, right?
He shot the double leg and then he slid into the heel hook from the double.
But it was an outside. It was an outside heel hook, right?
Yeah.
Which is way harder to finish than an inside heel hook.
Yeah.
Like, chances are, if he does that in a BJJ tournament, the guy possibly doesn't tap and can get out of it. Yeah.
I think so. I think that his leg was still okay. He was definitely in danger, right? I'm not saying he's not in danger. Buchecha got a hold of your leg.
I'm about to say, we're also talking about Buchecha.
Yes.
Who is not only like, this is the thing.
This is the threat of the submission if a guy like that has you is enough to be like, oh.
Not only that, but like, you know what Buchecha does? He's great at jiu-jitsu. The other thing he does is just lift fucking hella CrossFit weights. So this guy's grip strength must be fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
So even a little bit of pressure there, your leg might feel like, oh shit, I'm not about to.
Well,
I'm not risking this. Fuck this.
It's like I'm living to fight another day. 100%. I do not want Marcus Almeida Buchecha on my fucking legs at all.
No, but when the fight was over, he actually grabbed his heel. Right, because his heel was hurting. That's how you know that the heel hook itself, like the knee, wasn't in tons of jeopardy. But if Buchecha has your heel and he starts putting tons of force on it, it's gonna hurt like shit. Yeah. So I think it was a pain tap more than like actually losing his knee thing. But yeah, Buchecha gets a hold of your leg. Unlike like when Tan Lee had Gary Tonin, like he was really punching and really active and busy, and he knew that he wasn't in as much of a threat. Where this guy was just like, nope, I'm not gonna risk it.
You also remember Tan Lee trains with Ryan Hall all the time.
Yeah.
So he's probably
He's been heel hooked once or twice.
Yeah, he's probably used to the 50-50.
Be interesting to see Gary Tonin's next fight. I wonder what they'll do with him. Anyway, so moving up. Panpayak. Oh yeah, that was the one that we just watched. If you haven't seen the Panpayak knockout of Michael Savas, go watch that. It's one of the best knockouts of the year. And then the bummer of the night. The only thing that kind of sucked, other than the guys missing weight, was Liam Harrison. Real bummer, man. Like, this felt like it was going to be a culmination of his life's work. Like he's world champion multiple times, and in Europe he's a great European champion, has had mixed success against like the Lumpini champion Thais, but then finally had that amazing fight with Muay Thai, 5 knockdowns in the first round. And then it was like, this is it. He's getting a little older. He's got the gray in his beard already. This was the one. This was the time to have a good showing against one of the best champions that one has produced in terms of Muay Thai in Nong-O, and just got kicked in the knee. It looks like it blew his knee out or something. Did you hear?
Looked like he stepped. I watched Liam Harrison's Facebook. He posted like the exact time he stepped. It was on his Instagram as well. It looked like he stepped and like it just looked like he kicked, and when he stepped wrong, his knee just gave away.
Soon as he went down, he was pointing his foot like, I'm not standing back up, so don't worry about it.
It was like...
Maybe you can pull it up, G.
Yeah, let's see.
Facebook might be logged in too. If he posted it on his Facebook, because I'd be interested to see what he has to say. I saw him post I saw his Instagram post or whatever.
Yeah, it's like...
But it's such a bummer for him. He just like... Yeah, go ahead. He just like finally got to the culmination of his career, biggest show. Plus, Liam's a blood and guts fighter. He's super exciting. Even if he loses, he's gonna go out on a shield, right? Yeah. So it's entertaining even in his losses. Like when Rodlek beat him, he still had moments like hard low kicks, kind of like posturing, fun to watch, super entertaining. And then okay, let's see.
See, look, he takes it. But that's not, you see what I mean? It's
when he readjusted. That's exactly how I tore my meniscus in my pro debut. I went to jump back on a low kick, and his toes caught me at the end, and it turned my leg sideways, and then I landed on the outside of my foot, and it blew a ligament in my knee. And
Can
it's
you read
exactly like that.
Can you read what he said, Luke? I can't read it from here.
Yes, if you had an absolute nightmare yesterday, a knee went out in round 1 from this kick. I knew the fight was done right then and there, which was heartbreaking. After how hard I've worked and how desperate I was to give everyone a great fight with Nong-O. He's a true legend, and I really wanted to stand toe-to-toe with him and give everyone a fight for the ages. These things happen, though. Just need to get rehab, sorted out, and I'll be back. Congrats, Nong-O and his team. And yeah, you can see if you're watching the video of this, Nong-O catches him with the... Yeah, oh, you can see it shift right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's keep that thing going. So he went... Nong-O kicks him in the leg, and when his foot goes back on the mat, it looks like you can see his knee shift right there. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, even like...
Bro, it's his LCL, PCL, or ACL.
Oh, man.
One of them, or all three of them, just bopped.
Yeah.
Your leg doesn't go like that from, like, you know what I mean?
And it was like to the side of the knee. Oof. Rough. So that was the bummer. That was the only disappointing, right?
I wouldn't. It's just like, because Liam Harrison, you know, I don't think he would beat Nong-O.
I don't think he would either.
But he will give his all to try and win.
And he'll go out on a shield.
And that's why everyone loves Liam Harrison. He'll throw nasty leg kicks. You know, he used to train with Watch for a Chai.
Vicious combinations, good trips, good dumps.
He's a fighter's fighter. And for him to go out like that it's disappointing that it happened. It's not like a disappointment in the card. It's just like, dang, this is supposed to be a cracker, you know, and then this happens. No. But, I mean, I'm curious to see the update on the injury. It looked pretty bad.
Yeah, it looked pretty nasty. I didn't know if it was his foot or if maybe they'd hit that peroneal nerve in the leg, so maybe his leg went. But then I saw
it looked from the
after that, it looks like a ligament for sure.
Josh Emmett fought Shane Burgos.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
And tore his ACL and stepped the same way.
Yeah.
But Josh Emmett continued to fight. But you're talking about a guy who's a lot younger.
Yeah.
Who hasn't had 200 plus fights or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's see what happens with him. Hopefully, they still give him. He can still have some fun fights, right? Like they can still give him.
No,
some fun
I don't
fights.
understand why
I don't know if
he
he'll get
recovered. You give him one fight, he couldn't get another title shot.
He's just, what is he, 37, 36?
36, I think.
36. A year. He's going to need a year off, and then he's going to have to get in shape.
I mean, I would just give him the title shot right away because it's like a freak injury. You know?
Yeah, I mean that might be the move, just so you don't lose the momentum.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And then, all right, let's hit the main event, man, because Demetrius Johnson and Adriano Moraes. So I did the judging for all of these cards, and this one, like in that fourth round, I was starting to get nervous, right? Because up to that point, my job was pretty easy. There was only like one decision each day. I think there was the girls on this card, and then the first card was the Tang and Tan Lee fight. But none of those were super close, but this was getting tight because I thought Adriano won the first round. I thought he won the second round. DJ started coming back in the third round, the fourth round, and then the knockout come out of nowhere, man. Hit him with the, like, it looked like he weaved under and then came up and then hit him with the short right. And then when Adriano got put back on his heels and then right when his back hit the fence, DJ come flying in with the knee and just put him out. Same left knee that he got caught with by him in the first fight. Not the same, like, position or whatever, but same knee anyway. And it was just like, it was crazy. Like, everybody went mental. It was funny because you could hear what's the Brazilian chant that they all do? That they chant in Portuguese?
I know the "You Must Die" one.
Yeah, I think
you must die
something like that.
Or something.
Yeah, but I kept hearing that coming from the crowd, and then you'd hear USA, USA. You would start hearing that, and then they were going back and forth. The crowd was really into the main event, and then everybody just lost their mind when he won the knee. I mean, he must be the GOAT. He must be the GOAT. Even with the knockout loss of Adriano Moraes, if you include like the split decision against Cejudo, he's only lost twice in like 10 years. And he just knocked out.
Not only that.
No one except John Jones is the GOAT.
Yes.
There's no one who has 14 title fights against world-class opposition.
Okay, Demetrius is the clean GOAT. Jones is the dirty GOAT. We have talked about this on the podcast already.
100%.
There's a clean GOAT and a dirty GOAT. Clean GOAT, DJ. Clean.
It's just like
John Jones, he's a dirty GOAT, man.
He's
a dirty GOAT.
DJ's way more active as well. Like, when was the last time John Jones fought?
No, but you're talking about...
He's right. It's definitely John Jones.
Yeah.
It's definitely John Jones.
Look at
I'm playing devil's advocate.
But he's a dirty GOAT.
Look at the caliber of fighter.
Yeah.
It's just like the names John Jones beat at the age he beat them, it's just like
John Jones is
was
definitely
a world champion at 21.
He's the dirty
in a
for
man's
sure.
division. Like
Yeah.
That's
and like
crazy.
I'm a Jones fan based on talent, and like I get DJ. I think DJ's up there for me. He's a top 5.
He's top
guy,
2,
but he got 50-45 by Cruz. Like his goat thing is gone after that.
Yeah, but at
He had to-
flyweight.
But
that was
he
at
had to
bantamweight.
leave a division because he couldn't compete.
Yeah, but he's
John
small.
Jones is going up to heavyweight.
Let's see how it goes, though.
If
Let's
John
see how
Jones
the
gets the
experiment
heavyweight
goes.
championship.
Oh yeah, then no question. Done.
Let's see how it goes
Bro,
first. He's going to fight at the end of this year.
John
That's what they're
Jones
saying,
is
right?
literally the
Or beating him
same
next year.
size as Ngannou.
Yeah, but I'm worried that might be a downfall, actually. Because John's quickness is, like, massively underrated. And if he puts on all of this bulk, he's not a power puncher. Like, he's not an Ngannou guy. If he slows down, who do you think's got more fast twitch, Ngannou or John Jones? More fast twitch speed. And then
Doesn't matter.
You
John
put that,
Jones has got the reach advantage. He's gonna put him on the cage. And
but if
confuse him.
but we don't know how he'll fight in his body, right?
See,
Because he already
yes.
beat Cormier and stuff, so for sure he can fight heavyweights. There's no question about it, right? But the question is, what will his body look like when it's 40 pounds heavier? I think that's like the narrative when he comes back.
That's the thing, which is true. But people forget John Jones was fighting 250 pounds on fight night already, bro.
I thought he was get to like 230, 225.
245, 230, bro. The thing with John Jones,
And he hasn't fought in fucking ever. So there's also like a ring rust question. And when he came back from when he ran over the pregnant woman with his car and fought OSP, he did not look great.
100%.
And that was his comeback, his first fight after a long time off. And I think this layover now will be even longer than that.
But he still won.
But he's still John fucking Jones.
Yeah. Then
That's the
then
problem.
he fought Gustafsson and put him away.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, rematches, he's next level. He's next level in rematches.
I think Stipe's got a better shot at beating John than Francis. Francis does not have the punch count and the cardio ability to keep up with John.
Stipe's wrestling's way better than Francis's as well.
It's
which I
not-
have.
Hey, what about wrestling and Ngannou, man? You forgot? Ever since
Oh,
Cyril
yeah.
gone, he's a wrestler now, dude.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to shoot on John, or like John's going to put him. He's going to get in a grappling situation. John's going to Greco trip him, take his back, and it's going to be over.
Who, against Ngannou?
If he fights him, yeah.
Well, I think John will kick the shit out of him. I think that's what he would do on the feet. Because he doesn't want to be in punching range with Francis. And his kicks are so good. Kicking the knees, kicking the stomach, the front kicks, the round kicks, the southpaw kicks. Every time he steps in, kick
Bro,
him.
Christian Lee is the one GOAT, in my opinion.
Is the what?
He's the GOAT in one.
He's the one GOAT.
That's what I think. He's 24, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? Like,
right.
Wait, but
Christian
how many
Lee is
ti-
24 years old.
But Adriano definitely has like way more title defenses. He beat DJ. I mean, for sure, he's definitely like the number one prospect. He's the number one talent, I would say.
I don't know,
but you
man.
can't give him GOAT status yet because he defended his title like once, maybe twice. Then he lost his title in a whatever fight, right? You thought Ock won, I thought Christian won, but nonetheless, then he came back and beat him. You can't call him the GOAT yet until he gets some more title defenses.
Well, who did Christian beat?
The whole top five.
He's beat everyone in
He
his
beat the
division.
whole top five.
I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
But so did Adriano, including DJ.
and
that's a way bigger win than anything Christian Lee has.
The one thing that Christian Lee has that is like an asterisk is that he lost to Martin twice.
Yes, but that was when he was like 21 years old or
19,
something.
19
yeah,
maybe?
He got guillotined once and then he lost the decision because they fought twice. I watched that fight again, but I don't know. I don't know how many more times they should do that fight. Anyway, let's do the DJ Adriano. You want to know one thing that I thought was really interesting? I rewatched it today because it's weird. Anytime I like go and I do the judging at one, I don't really get a lot of like good angles. Like sometimes I can't really see exactly what's going on.
See, that's the one thing that I hate when people criticize judges is that, like, I don't know if you have a monitor in front of you.
No, we don't. We
don't, right?
No, we don't.
And that's the thing is that people don't realize the judges only have a point of view from where they're sitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're seeing the fight completely different than the way we're seeing it.
Yeah,
So it's
for
like
sure. For sure.
You
There's stuff
might
I
not
miss.
even see some shit that happens on the other side of the cage that the other judge sees.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Jake, can you go to YouTube for me,
Yeah.
please?
And I just think it's like it's unfair sometimes when people like, oh, this judge is shit. It's just kind of like, bro.
And go
when
to,
fights are close, they're close.
Go type in the Adriano Moraes DJ into YouTube because it was interesting. I was watching the fight today. Because as a judge, I'm sitting at the side and I don't get to see what it looks like on TV, or I don't get to hear the commentary or anything like that. And I wanted to rewatch it so I could get some new insight on some stuff that I missed, so we could talk about it. The first thing that struck me, the two. Yeah, so there's like some Spanish channel. Yeah, that one. But I don't think you can show it, but you can put
I can put it on so you can see it.
Yeah, put it on so I see it, and then you can bring it up again on the screen once I see. And fast forward until the where they show the elbow, where DJ cut him.
Oh yeah.
Because there's you can see
round two.
I think so. You may have to dig around for it. Well, I'll tell this story. See if you can find
Randy
it.
Brown got knocked out from that same position with hammer fist.
It was like that, almost like inverted triangle position where he's sitting in the half guard, right?
He's sitting and his leg is like over the top where his arm is caught.
Yes.
Oh my God, what is that guy? American guy. He fought Vicente Luque. He's crazy in the UFC.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He got him.
Oh my God, what's his name?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He's Floridian. He's
Yeah.
He is the definition
super Florida.
of Florida man.
You're the definition of Florida too, motherfucker. You're as Florida as it comes, dude. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. So once we find it, I'll tell. Yeah, right, exactly that one. So yeah, stop there. Pause there. Okay, so you can see now. You can put it up on the main screen. So basically, he hasn't landed the elbow yet. He's about to, and you can see me in the background here watching the fight. But you can see that DJ's thigh is hiding Adriano's face from my vision, right?
Yeah.
So the way that his leg is, I can't see where he's about to get this elbow. So just to get back to your point of like sometimes we can't tell because of the way that DJ's leg is, it's blocking the view. So when he's about to land this elbow, it's the one that cut him. And I couldn't see who was cut. And I don't have the rewind or anything like that. So then I think at the end of the round, I started to see that someone was cut, but the blood was on DJ. So I thought that DJ had been cut. And then after a while, I started to realize that it was Adriano who had the cut on his eye and the blood was coming out of him because the surface damage is like a scoring criteria. Superficial damage is a scoring criteria. So cuts, bruises, like red legs from low kicks and stuff, that's a scoring criteria.
How high is it?
It's like damage is the top category, and then it's just one of the types of damage.
So Ev Ting fought Falayon and beat the shit out of his face. And they said the superficial damage wasn't enough.
It's not enough. Like there are other categories of damage, but that's just one of them, right?
But
anyway,
nice.
so I have to write it down, and then I was trying to figure out the source of it because I can't see it from this angle that I have to be. So that's one thing to think about.
Yeah.
So when I watched the fights today, this fight, and I watched it on this weird channel because I don't know how to access it. I have Amazon Prime, but I have it here. So I was trying to figure out how to watch it, and I found this weird channel that apparently got permission from one to watch it. It's in Spanish. And one thing I was really impressed by was DJ's jiu-jitsu. I mean, I watched in the first and second round, his jiu-jitsu was amazing. He was playing a half guard. He was playing a knee shield. He was playing a half butterfly. He would go to close guard. He was playing like sit-up butterfly guard. He was like all kinds of this position here that he's in. He was doing always constantly adjusting to Adriano, and he was more active with the strikes from the bottom. That's when he cut him was here, throwing the elbows from the bottom. Usually DJ doesn't get taken down, but I think Adriano is just so much bigger than him. Did you see that takedown he tried? Like he was in deep. Like full on, hands locked, and
ran into
Adriano
the middle of the ring.
Ran him all the way across the ring. DJ circled out, just could not put him down, and couldn't stop the takedowns earlier. And I think he's just so big.
The crazy thing is though that like Adriano can make 125.
That doesn't even make sense.
He does though. I was in the.
Oh no, I know he does.
It's crazy.
He did it before the weight.
It's
hydration.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
That the guy is so big. Like, because, okay, Gianni used to fight at 125, so we were in the locker room in Indonesia.
Pull that down a little bit.
We were in the sauna, right?
You can pull it down just so it's not blocking your face from the camera.
That's what I'm trying to do. We were in the sauna, and it was we were in Jakarta, and Adriano's first fight in one, and Gianni was fighting Ruel Catalan. Gianni had just came off his first loss, and we were in the sauna, and we were just like, damn, this dude is big. We're like, what weight do you fight at? And his coach is like, oh, flyweight. Like that Gianni.
This is before flyweight was 135 pounds. This is when it was 125. Yeah.
And me and Gianni kind of looked at each other, and we're like, what the fuck?
That's how I felt about Marat, too,
Did
man.
Did he say flyweight?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Marat don't got legs. He got legs.
Yeah.
He don't.
His frame is huge.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Dude, he could fight at lightweight, I feel like. He looked like he was like my size. If you were to just weigh him, what he weighs, he would probably fight at 155.
I'm curious to see what he weighed after, because in one
Me too. Me too.
there's the weigh-in thing that you have to do after the fight. So like after you fight, you go to your medicals, you have to make weight. They ask what your weight is. You have to check weight after.
Oh, one makes you weigh in after?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
I'm just curious to see what he would weigh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he's got to be in the upper 40s.
I mean, you would think so. Right?
Well, probably like today he's probably in the 50s, 60s.
I mean, if it was 135,
because it's only 1 day to rehydrate, so he's in like 2 days. He's probably up to 160.
Oh, bro. I mean, he's at ATT. He's probably got a good like nutritionist and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could see him up at.
But he almost didn't make weight, so he.
I mean, I'm not. Are you surprised?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Are you surprised he didn't almost make weight? This guy looked like he came off a jungle vine in the Amazon and just like learned how to fight from like the Brazilian monkey gods. Bro. He's like, bro, Moraes is a legend. He's fought everyone. Even when he has lost, did he really lose?
Yeah. What did you think of this fight? Anything stand out?
I mean, DJ's good. Like, he's a world-class guy, and Moraes is a world-class guy. And DJ hit him with the clean right hand. And the one thing DJ is good at is following up. Even in the UFC, when he had people in bad positions, he finished them.
His feet are really good when he's closing the distance after a shot where he stuns people.
And DJ can hit. Like, he's not, like, he could grapple, but he can pop. He got pop on him.
Yeah, for
See
sure.
how he knocked out Benavidez?
Yeah.
Well, that was a killer punch.
The knee to Cejudo. I mean, Cejudo's so mentally tough. To think that DJ finished him with a body shot just goes to show you he hit him just right. Because Cejudo's been all kinds of fucked up in fights.
Yeah.
And DJ put him down and he couldn't get up from that knee.
DJ's good. The thing is, like, he's too small to go up.
How do you think he would do against, if he was in the UFC and he was fighting like Figueiredo or Moreno? I think he could still compete with those guys.
Yeah.
I think he could still, he might lose to them, but I still think he could win.
I think Moreno would give him a tougher fight. I think DJ could take Figueiredo down and keep him down. I think Moreno's a little bit more scrambly.
Yeah, and I think DJ handles power well.
To be fair, I think he's better than those guys, but he couldn't fight anyone at 135. The top guys out, like Merab would destroy DJ.
Of course, that's why he lost to Cruz, right? Because
Yeah,
Cruz is so much bigger than him, right? Like so much bigger than him. And in those days, DJ was still developing. Like that was like the first UFC bantamweight title fight, wasn't it? When they just brought the division in from the WEC, and he was still like part-time training back then. So this version is totally different. But anyway, it's awesome to see him get a win and still, usually these old legends come in, they stick around for too long. And
But
DJ's
he's not old.
He looks fresh though. Still, he doesn't.
He's
look,
not old.
is
Yeah.
he 36 for a flyweight. That's getting up there. For a flyweight, it was so fast twitch.
Yeah, but look at his fights. Like when has he gotten really hit?
He doesn't get hit much. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yeah.
there's a difference of a DJ at his age and a Frankie Edgar at his age.
Yeah, for sure.
Like look at the
And DJ never,
difference.
he never took damage even throughout his whole career, pretty much.
Even when he lost to fucking Cejudo,
It was
a
barely
close fight.
It was barely.
He lost because he got inside tripped.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what happened.
And he popped right back up every time. But you're exactly right. He literally lost because he got inside tripped. That was it.
That was
No, you're 100% right about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean-
I thought the same thing.
But those were some nice inside trips.
They were sick.
Bro, when you
I mean,
Body lock inside trip, right?
Bro,
When he flies into
he
it.
landed two of them from distance with
Yeah.
no tie up. Like
He
just-
closes in and boom, straight
Ah,
in.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
it's
dang.
nasty. It's nasty. He's got a great inside
That's why
trip.
you're Olympic gold medalist, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even
gold medal,
still,
two-time champ. Yeah, he's probably good at wrestling.
but even still, DJ popped right back up every time. Cejudo couldn't hold him down.
DJ's good.
Yeah, it's great to see him. And I saw him at the after party or whatever.
I rank him 5 in my top 5.
Who's your top 5? John, Dirty Goat, number 1.
In like all of MMA?
Then I would go GSP.
Wow, GSP's number 1 for me.
You just fucking shat on me the whole time. Like, John Jones, and there's no other answer.
No.
It's
But
acceptable.
we're talking about-
And then
Oh,
they're
except
like,
for GSP.
Let's talk about clean fighters.
the clean goat. Okay, the clean goat is either DJ or GSP.
It's GSP.
I think it's GSP too.
It's just the amount of competition he fought.
Yeah, GSP is my personal favorite.
And then he went
goat.
up and beat Bisping. So, like,
Yeah.
he's a 2-division champ.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give it to him.
Beat every man he ever fought.
Yeah.
2-division champ.
Bro, he lost
Only
to
had,
Matt
like, 2
Hughes
close
in
fights.
his prime.
Yeah.
Matt Hughes is a fucking Terminator in his prime.
And the fluke to Matt Serra.
Yeah, that he came back and killed him in Montreal.
Do you think that Usman will do the same thing to Leon Edwards?
I think even if Usman wins, he won't hold the belt long.
Why? Why do you say that? You think he's exposed a little bit now?
I don't think it's an exposed thing. He's old.
You think it's just the body? Well, his knees are apparently really fucked up, and then now
His
you gotta
hand
think,
broke before this fight.
Oh, did it? I didn't.
That's
know
why
that.
the fight took so long to make.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it meant
'Cause
just
you-
before.
Right, and then also you got to think like,
But I'll tell you,
how's his chin going to be affected from that kick?
I
Because
don't
that
really
was.
think it's a chin thing. I just think it's a wear and tear, and he's a big guy.
It could be a chin thing though. You know, sometimes with these guys when they get knocked out that time,
Only takes one.
But I'll tell you,
sometimes.
and how quick does he come back after? Because
right?
do they? Because I want Leon Edwards to fight someone else first. I want him to fight Colby.
But-
Nah, he would get fucking destroyed by Covington. Colby would.
I think so too.
Colby would put him.
But I
down.
kind of want Colby to win the title. I kind of want Colby to win the title.
That was the thing I was
just for the
leading to. I
chaos.
was like, saving grace for Leon is that like he has always that opportunity to strike on breaks when he fights Usman. He fights Colby. Colby ain't gonna give him
there's
room
no
to
break.
fucking breathe.
Yeah, Colby's going to be in his face the whole time.
Like,
But Colby
I
also
wouldn't-
strikes in those ranges
I wouldn't
more.
even mind. Like, people hate the idea. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't even mind if they did Masvidal versus Leon Edwards.
I think Masvidal's got to win a fight, man.
No.
But just for the
But
story,
just
right?
for like the actual style of the fight.
Yeah.
But do you not remember when Bisping got the championship and then they gave him Dan Henderson in London? And
Yeah.
like Dan Henderson had no, like, full respect to Dan Henderson, but he wasn't in title fight.
But he was
contention.
coming off of a win and he knocked out Hector Lombard.
But he also fucked up Bisping in that fight.
yeah, totally.
No.
Which is what made it awesome. Yeah, that's what made it awesome.
You see
In
what
one,
he
Bisping
said?
would have-
His
or-
face is all messed
You see
up.
what he said after the fight? He's like, I wish they judged fights on how you look after the fight. His face is like...
Yeah, if that was one rules, then Hendo would have won that fight.
But this is why I think they might give him Masvidal in London for the same reason. And then
Three-piece in the soda.
Yeah,
I can
three-piece
see
in the
it.
soda.
I can see
It'll
it.
sell. They'll sell out Wembley. Payday for both of them. Happy days.
And Masvidal's a
Before
live
Colby,
dog
though,
in that fight.
For way more than
Way more
than
than
any
Colby.
other person
Colby,
in the
I
top
would put
three.
at minus 300. I think he would steamroll Leon.
Right, so the question is, what does the UFC do? Because presumably the Usman rematch, they could get another one in before he's healed up and in shape.
I heard Khabib talking in an interview, and apparently in the contract, it's like a...
Instant rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
is
clause.
it? Oh, okay. Because otherwise, Hamzat, or if Nate Diaz happens to get
Okay,
past him,
I'll
that
tell
would
you
be amazing.
Oh, if Nate Diaz wins.
If he beats Hamzat, it's on. That would be amazing.
Yeah, because he clipped Leon, if you remember. At the end
Yeah,
of
and
the
he wouldn't-
fight,
he
got him
wouldn't
in the
stop
fight.
fucking
and then
flipping
pointed
him
at
off
him
and
like,
punch him. Yeah, if you just followed up with him and
He'd have
fucking
finished him.
swarmed him, he might have
Yeah.
finished him, caught him in a choke or something.
I think Nate Diaz is going to get finished.
I think so too.
But
I think so too.
the one that saving
Like
grace,
the way Roy Mack threw him around.
But the one saving grace he has is that Kamzat doesn't have a very good gas tank.
yeah.
So if he can get past those 3 rounds and drag it,
4 and 5
Yeah.
will be
4 and
interesting.
5
Yeah.
on the feet. I mean, Kamzat got rocked by Gilbert Burns. If Diaz can land a clean straight on him, he can definitely put him like down.
And he's never fought 5 rounds yet. So this will be a 5-round fight, the first one. Because Diaz can pretty much only fight 5 rounds, right? Otherwise, in 3 rounds, he just
We
can't.
need to see Kamzat and Colby fight. That's the one.
Oh, that would be. Oh, dude.
Just to build
I don't
up-
know if I
to
can
build
handle
up
the
a
trash
line.
talk.
Let's go.
I don't know if I can handle that emotionally.
I mean, based on
Hamzat might try to fucking kill him.
based on how I've seen Hamzat like spar like Sean and them guys, like that would be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, that would be super interesting fight. That would be amazing. But I think Colby's pace would probably break him late if he gets there.
I thought Colby won the second Usman fight.
I thought he was 1 round short. I thought he won the first one.
I
until
thought
he
the
got
last
knocked out.
fight was 2-2 going into the last round. I thought he won the last round.
I think I had Usman winning 1, 2, and 3, and then Colby winning 4 or 5 or something like that. Because he dropped him in the first
Oh.
round. Sorry.
No, at least we don't have to see Colby Usman again, though, because that's a boring. Well, it's not a boring fight.
No,
but
those
I
fights
don't
are
want
both
to see.
amazing.
Yeah, but I
But
don't
yeah,
want
you
to see
can't see
number
it a
3.
third
I want to
time.
see
Yeah.
a different fighter fight it.
The first
And how
round
have
was
Leon
great.
Edwards and Colby not ended up fighting yet at this point? That's kind of weird.
Well, I mean,
'Cause-
Colby was fighting the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting, though, because remember when, dude, Leon Edwards got screwed so hard, though. It was so great to see him win. They started chanting Rocky. They played the Rocky theme song in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to fight Woodley in London, And that's when Woodley had just lost to Usman. So if he won
He'd have
that
won
fight,
that, it'd have been
which he
title.
probably would have, he would have been the number one contender. He would have passed Colby. And then it would have been really interesting to see that then. And then he would have fought for the title. Maybe that would have been too early, though.
Have you seen the supercut someone's done on Instagram of like it's the Rocky theme music and Leon Edwards' corner yelling, "Stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself, get out there and knock it." And like you get goosebumps watching it, and it's just his cornermen yelling at him in between every round. Then it just shows the knockout in the 5th round. You're like, oh, that's sweet.
Man, Leon Edwards' corner reminded me of when Sugar Ray Leonard was fighting Tommy Hearns.
You're blowing it.
You're blowing it, kid. Whatever. You're blowing it. And then he went in and finished him. Like it was literally like that kind of vibe.
Still feeling sorry for yourself.
Can you? Oh, we can't play the audio though, right? That's a
No,
bummer.
can't get audio.
Because that's legendary, man. And then he goes in and finishes him. Did he finish in that round?
Yeah,
Or was it? Yeah.
I put the every time someone gets knocked out, I put it on my Instagram. I always play the "Hello Darkness." And I put it in slow mo. Wow, beautiful. I think I got like 50,000 views on that. Absolute hilarity.
Oh, some of the memes already. I saw one like that guy Ray Rod does. You know Ray Rod on Instagram.
Yeah.
Someone did one like he does them for when Leon Edwards KO'd Usman. It was hilarious. Some of the memes, man.
Oh,
But I was so glad to see him win. I don't know how long he'll hold the belt. You think he'll win his first title defense?
no.
Depends who he gets. I'd say.
I don't think he
I
will
mean, who
either.
does he beat? I don't think he beats Usman, and I don't think he would beat Colby.
I don't think Hamzat. I don't think he beats Hamzat.
I don't even think Hamzat will get a title fight. I think, like, to be honest,
But they want to push Hamzat. They're trying to push him.
They do. But to be honest, I think like the worst case scenario is if Bilal Muhammad wins, they'll do Bilal and Leon.
Oh, that's the most boring fight of the whole bunch.
I know. I agree.
Leon, that was a eye poke. Yeah,
Especially
but
when Leon
was beating him.
Yeah, Leon was beating him, and it wasn't even that interesting. I don't think, like, from a entertainment perspective, they would do that.
No, but Bilal sells actually.
No, Bilal's good, but he's got to get like a signature win over somebody in like the top
He got a
5.
tough fight. Sean Brady's a dog.
Yeah, but
That's
Sean
a
Brady's
strong motherfucker.
but
bro.
Sean Brady's a prospect. He's not like cemented into the top 5, right? Like he's still.
I think Sean Brady would give.
Oh, he might be a champion.
lot of people problems.
No, he might be a champion, but he's still on the come up. He's not like the established guy that like.
No, I
Bilal
know.
needs a top 5 win.
I know, but he beat Chiesa, and Chiesa was ranked 6th when he beat him.
Yeah, but still, Chiesa's not like.
Nah, Chiesa's a fucking choke. That
He's-
guy chokes. He's a choke artist.
He's not
Every
done
time
well.
he gets a big fight, he fucking chokes.
Yeah, he's not done super well.
But you could see
lately.
if they make Colby win a fight before he gets a title shot and Usman's laid up, Leon could get like a wacky one, like a Diaz or a Masvidal, and then he
But
can
who
win
are you
it.
giving Colby?
Yeah, he needs to fight.
Burns.
Nah,
Bro, Burns will get steamrolled.
I think you got to give Colby either the Diaz Hamzat winner because he's still ranked number 1.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do Usman. Usman's going to be out for a while.
I like Gilbert Burns, but he's overrated. I think he got
You know,
pushed.
he's one chance to win a world title, scrape my asshole along the map.
Yeah.
Who did Gilbert Burns beat before he fought Usman? Like, look up his record. Pull up Gilbert Burns' record.
He beat Woodley.
Who didn't beat Woodley?
Right, but that's how he but that's how he got his rank, right?
but-
that was back when beating Woodley was still hard, kind of.
Was it, though?
In those days, yeah, that was like only after he lost to Usman, then I think is when he fought Gilbert Burns. So, like at that point, Woodley would have been ranked like 3 or something like that.
All I remember was Dorino fought like 2 guys at welterweight and got pushed extremely hard.
It was from the Woodley win. Oh, it's Stephen Thompson too. That's right. Yeah. So he beat.
No. But
I
go
know,
down.
but pre that,
So look.
He beat Damian Maia and he beat Tyron Woodley.
Okay, so no one. So go down. Who did he beat before that? Oh, look, he got subbed by Langacker. No.
Gunnar
Gunnar
Nelson.
Nelson. I mean, Davis.
Yeah.
Like, none of those guys are even ranked.
No. It was exactly those 2 guys. It was Stephen Thompson, who would have been ranked in the top 5, and it was.
Nah, he fought Steven after the fight. After Usman.
yeah, pre-Usman, it's Damian Maia and Woodley. And Jake, oh no, that's grappling.
Yeah, but still, I still think Wonder Boy would have been ranked like 5th or something, 6th when he beat him.
No, he was definitely ranked high.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, but like Wonder Boy's also like 40 years old.
Yeah. Oh, for
He's
sure.
super old.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that the only way you can get a title shot is if you beat like one of the top 3, right? You got to either go through Colby, or you got to go through Usman, or you got to go through Hamzat.
Well, who's the UFC rankings? Who's ranked top?
What do you mean?
Who's the welterweight rankings in the UFC?
Who's the top?
I'm trying to think. Like,
Leon Edwards, definitely. He's number 1 now. But that was amazing feel-good moment for Leon Edwards, though. I just wonder if he can get in a couple title defenses. It's going to be tough, man. That division is so tough. At the top, it's so tough. And yet, he's undefeated in the UFC against everybody against Usman, who he just knocked out. So now he's beat every single person. Dude, Leon Edwards just cannot get... I mean, everybody's happy for him, but then they're fucking writing his obituary again right away. They're like...
But they do it sometimes with, like, not just UK fighters, but fighters, like, outside of the US. They give them one in their own home country. They're like, no, you just have this fight that you win, feel-good factor, and then you're fighting who you took the belt from again. So,
Burns just lost to Chimaev.
Yep.
So, like...
That was a good fight. I just watched it again.
Even if Burns beats Masvidal... He's not going to get a title shot, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Neal just knocked out fucking
Lukas. Jeff, which was pretty amazing, man.
He's
Jeff Neal
6.
Jeff Neal looked amazing. And what a crazy story that guy has. He was still working at like a barbecue, a Texas barbecue or something when he signed in the UFC, and he kept that job for like years while he was still fighting in the UFC. So yeah, I mean that's it right there. Leon, Rocky at number 1, Usman, Colby,
Hamzat fighting Diaz is a fuck me fight.
It's just a fun fight.
I think they're doing it to place for Colby to fight Chimaev next.
Wait, why is Luque ranked above?
No,
go down a little
he's
further.
not.
Jeff Neal should be above.
Jeff might not be.
Yeah, but this is like I have the UFC rankings. They're different. The UFC ranking is...
Oh, how about Rachmanov too, man? He looks good. He looks damn good. Look at that sub, TKO, sub, TKO.
Who's Shakmat? Shakmat's not bad.
Rachmanov. Yeah, no, he's undefeated. He's finishing everybody, like, easy.
Yeah, but he beat Neil Magny.
Yeah. He fought someone pretty good before that, too. I can't remember. But I think he's ranked 10. But he's still needs definitely a few more fights.
He fought before that?
But Sean Brady and
Carlston Harris, the guy who beat.
Oh, that's who it was. That's the Ghana guy, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's 7. But the good thing about the 70 division is you've got three welterweights who are undefeated right now in the top 10. Rachmanov, Sean Brady, and Chimaev.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Oh man, is that an exciting division?
Leonard was just like, what did I wish for?
I don't think undefeated really means much in the UFC though. Like you can have a loss and be a badass motherfucker.
Oh sure, but to get into the top 10, 3 people in the top 10 with undefeated, that doesn't happen very often.
We didn't talk last week because we had the guest on as well, the Usyk.
The what? Sorry.
The what? AJ.
Oh, the Usyk fight. Yeah. AJ Usyk fight. Man, that was corrupt as hell. That split decision was
fucking Eddie Hearn.
That was some bullshit.
Eddie Hearn.
How on earth could anybody have thought that AJ won? I mean, he had a couple rounds.
I think
4 rounds maybe.
Max. His best round he built no momentum.
The ninth round?
The next round, Usyk came out and fucked him up.
The next round, Usyk came back and he was moving. He was quick. He was like, I'm not going to take another round like that. And AJ couldn't press his advantage.
Okay, so let's look. I'm not even sold on Chimaev either, to be honest. Like, I think he's good, but, like, Gilbert Burns is a lightweight. Like,
But his first proper test was Burns, and he didn't look amazing. I mean, it was fair to say.
Hell of a fight, though.
Yeah, brilliant fight, but he didn't steal.
Gilbert Burns is still a beast. Yeah. Let's be real. He's still a beast.
No, I mean, he's tough.
But he's not like a natural welterweight. No, the only thing left for Chimaev is Colby or Usman or Leon after the Diaz fight.
How good would Chimaev
Because I think he's going to beat Diaz.
Rachmanov be?
Chimaev and Rachmanov? That would be really, really amazing, actually, because they're both beast grapplers.
But that could end up being the title
tons
fight.
Of power.
What about him?
No, that fight could end up being the title fight. One of them could win the belt.
Chimaev and Rachmanov?
Yeah, one of them could win the belt, and the other one could go undefeated.
Because Rachmanov's next fight is going to be a big one. Can you pull up the welterweight rankings in the UFC?
He's ranked 11th, I think.
Rachmanov?
Yeah.
I thought he just cracked into the top 10, but yeah, I don't remember.
He's 11th.
He just fought. Sorry, who'd you say he fought?
Neil Magny, who's 13th.
Neil Magny. Right.
I mean, you got Luque, Sean Brady, Stephen Thompson. And Stephen Thompson turned down the fight.
Yeah, he said he wants
You
strikers.
do Jeff Neal.
Jeff Neal and Stephen Thompson? Or
And-
Jeff
and
Neal and
Rachmanov.
Rachmanov? Ooh, that would be a good one. Jeff Neal's slick.
Stephen Thompson beat Jeff Neal already.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat him bad, too.
He beat Luke pretty bad, too, but that was a while
Man,
ago.
Stephen Thompson, if you don't have any grappling, like, if you can't get the fight to the ground, you're getting fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, if you think you can go out and strike with Stephen Thompson, nah,
Even
fam.
at 40
yeah,
years old.
it's like, nah, fam, no chance.
But Jeff Neal did. Jeff Neal was the first person I'd really seen beat him in a striking match.
Who?
Jeff Neal.
No, he got fucked up.
No, Jeff Neal beat Wonderboy.
No, he didn't.
What? Yes, he did. No, who just beat Wonderboy?
Let's look it up.
No, Wonderboy just lost to Jeff Neal.
No,
That's why
Luke
Jeff Neal-
got knocked out by Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal got destroyed by Wonderboy. It wasn't even close. No. Just go back to the rankings.
His last
Go
fight.
to the UFC rankings and just click on him. Click on Stephen Thompson. Look at his record.
Is his record on UFC.com?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, nice.
So he lost to Bilal.
Oh, it was Bilal I was thinking of. Right, sorry. Yes,
Go to
what it
fight,
was.
fight history.
That's right. That's
Then
right.
he lost to Burns, but he fucked up Jeff Neal.
That's right.
Like, it was 50-45.
That's right. Yes, now I
And
remember.
both Bilal and Burns just fucking
Just wrestled him, grabbed him, pinned him
grabbed
against
him
the fence.
as soon as possible.
Don't kick me.
Because look, go down. Just keep going down. Look at Stephen Thompson. Yeah, go. Yeah, look at the guys who try and strike with him.
Yeah, it never ends well.
Pettis,
Got him.
lucky though.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
Lucky.
For sure, but Pettis got him, man.
And then
Pettis
Till
knocked
the
out
back.
Wonderboy and submitted Charles Oliveira. That's pretty crazy.
yeah,
That is a pretty... I mean, he's been hit or miss toward the end after he lost his title, but still, that's a crazy stat.
but I mean, fuck.
Masvidal...
He beat the shit out of Masvidal.
The only people that have been able to deal with them.
Yeah, and
people
Roy
that wrestle
McDonald.
him.
That was a good fight too.
Yeah, that was what really launched him. Stephen
He went on
Wonderboy
a
Thompson,
tear
yeah.
until he got that title fight.
Ellenberger, he's wheel kicked him. Yeah, I mean, he
Rob
went
He
on
beat
a run.
Whitaker.
And he got submitted by Matt Brown, like in one of his early UFC fights. Matt Brown, the legend, man, what a beast.
Oh, there you go.
Decision.
No, he. Oh, right, he did. Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
he
Stephen
kept taking him
Thompson's
down.
beating some studs.
Yeah. But he's 40 years old now, so you wonder.
But I think Jeff Neal versus Rachmanov would be a good fight.
That'd be a great fight.
That's what I would do. That's like if I'm the
Yeah,
UFC, that's the angle I'm looking for. Because if Jeff Neal's ranked 6 and Rachmanov beats him, then you jump into that load. You can put Rachmanov versus the winner of Bilal versus Sean Brady. And then you put Chimaev versus the winner of... Colby versus the winner of Chimaev versus Diaz. Then you got your 2 fights, right? You got Leon fighting Usman. You got Colby fighting the winner of Chimaev versus Diaz. Then you got Rachmanov fighting the winner of Brady versus fucking
Gilbert Burns.
and fucking Masvidal.
But that division is so good. More interesting now that Leon Edwards has.
Definitely, but I think it's better because I think like there's more angles you can fight. There are more fights.
Yeah, there's more narratives because with Usman just being so dominant, it was just you know how it is. You get the like Mayweather too. Sometimes people just pay to see him
But
lose.
you really want to put Usman in fucking Wembley? Come on. You need to put Colby Covington.
You need someone who can talk, then that would
and
be
you
an
want
amazing
you
fight.
want the Kurt Angle song blaring through Wembley. You suck.
Dun, dun,
You suck. Oh,
Dude,
come,
it's so
that's
great.
gotta be it.
It's
Like,
great.
if-
It
if
was
you're-
Yeah,
great.
visually, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
Like that's what you need to do
Yeah.
if you want to sell tickets. You need Colby Covington. I mean, Usman,
It's true, man. It's so true.
Usman's selling point was his invincibility.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah, it's true.
And he got knocked out. Other than that, he's a wrestler who can.
But you heard there's a rematch clause, so Usman and
what Khabib was saying in Russian was basically he said like, "Oh, I hear the rematch is already in place," which is probably there's already in the thing.
Yeah.
But I hate that there should never be a rematch clause in MMA, in my opinion. There are too many. It's too top loaded.
Yeah.
Boxing's not like that. Boxing, you got 1 through 5 who are good. And even from then, I mean, look, the guy Ryan Garcia just fought was ranked 6th in his division. The UFC's not like that.
That division though is nasty.
The lightweight?
In boxing, yeah. You got Ryan Garcia. You've got Tank. You've got Devin Haney. You've got Lomachenko, Timofeo Lopez. That is one of the best divisions.
Well, Lopez isn't there anymore, but yeah.
I mean, he went
up.
Yeah, but still, when he was there, because he won all the belts and then lost to Kambosos. Kambosos is in there. Like that weight class is just, this is the best weight class in boxing, in my opinion. It's amazing. But these guys won't fight each other. That's what sucks.
I think talent-wise, maybe. I think
who do you think comes to the top?
I think welterweight's better, but
you think Tank? You think Ryan Garcia? Do you think Haney? Who do you think ends up coming to actually the top when this is all
Loma's
said?
better than all of them.
Yeah, but Timothy.
I mean, you look at Tank. Tank hasn't fought anybody.
Neither has Ryan Garcia, really.
Yeah, well, agreed.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they won't fight each other.
You look at the only one who's beaten anyone was Teofimo. Yeah, and he beat Loma.
Yeah, but that fight was close. I want to see that rematch so bad.
And then, but look at Kambosos, he got a bone thrown at him. He won the fight. Full credit. But
Teofimo was almost dead. He almost died.
But Kambosos isn't a boxer. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
His only chance at winning is to scrap. And he sat there and tried to fucking box Devin Haney. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Devin Haney's way slicker, too, in terms of,
he's just
skill.
A more athletic guy.
Yeah.
He's got a great jab. And what got Kambosos the titles was fighting. It wasn't boxing. It was fighting. Then for this last fight, he tried to box. That's what happens when you got too many fucking people in your fucking corner telling you what you should and should not do.
Do you think Devin Haney beats Tank or Ryan Garcia?
No. Well, I know Ryan and Devin Haney are 3-3 against each other.
Yeah.
So they've won 3 fights against each other in the amateurs.
In amateurs, yeah.
Which is cool, right?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I think Tank's overrated. I think he's got power. But
it's bailed him out a couple times, right? What was that fight where he was losing and then he managed to find the knockout? Barrios, yeah, that's right.
But I mean,
but he does hit
Barrios
like a truck.
Isn't even good. That's not a big name,
Yeah. Definitely not like a
look what Keith Thurman did to Barrios. Oh my God. Barrios went up to Keith Thurman and his face was unrecognizable after the fight.
Isn't that a way bigger weight class though, isn't it?
No, just one.
Is it? Oh. But Ryan Garcia,
2 pounds in boxing.
In boxing it's 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, exactly. Man, Ryan Garcia's left hook though is just a thing of beauty, man.
Bro, Ryan Garcia is long and hits hard.
Yeah,
and
his left hook is nasty.
And in a 12-round fight, that's all you really need. I mean, that's why Tank's good. It's bailed him out.
Yeah.
Tank gets a lot of credit because he beat Leo Santa Cruz. But Leo Santa Cruz came up 3 weight classes to fight him. You know what I mean?
What about what do you think about Usyk and Fury? Are we finally going to have the first unified champion in boxing in 25 years or whatever it is?
Did you see Usyk backstage was like, Tyson, please, back in ring, please. And then
but they always say this shit, you know what I mean?
Nah, but Usyk will fight. Yeah.
And Fury then posted a video. And
will Fury. Tyson Fury will fight.
Fury was like, oh, you bloody dossers, you've lost again. Well, you want the best. It's going to cost you.
Yeah, I saw that. But
who do you think wins that fight?
Fury.
Man, it'll definitely be the biggest.
Well, you're English,
yeah,
so
your
opinion doesn't matter in this.
that just came out on instinct. Let's be clear.
Who's going to win Fury? Bloody hell.
But if that happens, that'll be the biggest weight difference in any championship fight in history. Will have to be.
No, Usyk weighs more than Wilder. Deontay Wilder was 217 pounds. Usyk was 240.
I thought Usyk was 225.
No, 240 for this
240?
fight. Pretty sure.
Can you check the weight and see what Usyk weighed for this most
He was
recent fight?
definitely heavy.
I thought he was 220.
I know Deontay Wilder in the first fight.
Yeah, he was 217 or whatever.
Was 207 in the first fight they had.
Which he's basically at that point a cruiserweight.
Yeah, I mean. Look at this. He doesn't even spell Usyk right. Come on.
Usyk. Although, actually, it sounds like that.
Close. Usyk weighed it in what's that?
100? Weighed in at 100.5 kilos. What's that in pounds?
I don't know, because then it's got it in pounds. 15 stone 11. 15 11.
What is it in stone?
Jesus.
That's what it says. It says 15 stone.
Oh, I thought you said, what is it in stone? So I can really figure it out.
Oh, my God.
So, typical European weight. He weighed as much as, half a horse. Oh, okay, good.
Because, and Tyson Fury weighed, 280 for the match with Wilder, right? The second fight? Or the third fight?
Who?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
okay, 245. Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's Joshua. Sorry. That's Joshua weighed in at 245. But click on that. I'm sure you'll find it.
So yeah, let's see. Oh.
Yeah, Joshua being 245 made sense. I thought Usyk was significantly smaller than him. I didn't realize he put on so much weight.
220?
That's what I thought, yeah.
221?
Yeah, 221. Yeah, that's what I thought he weighed. So Tyson Fury will be probably 280, 270 if he's like in shape.
Yes, but the thing with Usyk compared to all the guys Tyson's fought is he can move.
Yeah, he's got the best feet.
Tyson.
That's why the matchup would be so interesting because they're both the best footwork in the heavyweight division.
But the thing with Tyson that I never liked about him is when he gets hit a little bit, he becomes kind of a giraffe. Like when he fought Wilder, he got hit. It wasn't really a really hard shot in the third fight, and he kind of toppled over. Yeah. Now I don't think Usyk.
That's getting hit by Wilder, man. That's
that's what
happens when Wilder touches you.
I'm not saying Usyk's going to do that to him, but I think people think like, Tyson's just going to lay on him. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. But he will try to put him on the back foot like he did
100%.
with Wilder, which is the move.
But is he a better boxer than Usyk?
I think he's
in space.
No, I think he's better tight. I think Fury is better tight. So if he's
think so too.
So if he's able to stay close to him, bully him with the size, and get him in tight, man, his wrestling when he's clubbing people from the inside and throwing punches and stuff, he's really good there. He roughed Wilder up in there, like in tight, close range. And I think if he could get his weight on him, start to back Usyk up, and then get in and fight well on the inside, that's probably his path to victory.
You would think so. That's where he's got to get the fight.
But can he?
But getting there is
yes,
a different story,
Because Usyk's footwork is so good.
The thing
his pivots
is
are
like
so
you
good.
got a different style. Joshua was really like right hook heavy, right thing. Fury works off his jab. That's how he fights. Now he's not going to fight a guy who's going to be on his back foot. Usyk is a lateral fighter. So working off your jab against a southpaw is not really the best thing.
It'll be the best boxer Fury's faced. Sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's faced the big boys and the power punchers, and you've seen what he can do. But so it'd be an interesting fight to see what he can do about someone who's actually a better boxer than he is.
and for Usyk, he's fighting a fucking giant that can move better
box.
than any of these other heavyweights that he's fought.
But
right?
Usyk is a crazy individual.
Yes, he is.
Like
clearly.
that guy is
clearly.
That guy is.
Look at his hairstyle, dude.
Bro.
I mean,
that's the thing about Usyk compared to like the other guys.
but so is Tyson Fury. He's a psycho.
Tyson Fury's not known for his sanity.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's like, hold my beer.
Tyson Fury's for sure a psycho. But there's a difference between growing up in war-torn Crimea than growing up in...
Oh, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
No, those travelers are something else,
That
mate.
gypsy culture.
There's no way it's tougher than growing up in Crimea where people are like getting like killing squads sent to their houses and stuff.
I think
big difference, bro.
I think that it's going to be certain that they're both levels of crazy, right? That they're both... But that's why it's fun. Remember when Wilder...
I think Usyk is more in his prime and is the reason why he'll win.
That is a very good point because you got to think
He
Tyson
hasn't been
Fury's...
in any wars.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in any wars. He'll be a lot fresher.
Tyson Fury's older, more established. Because Tyson Fury's like 35 now? 34?
Yeah, something like that.
You got to wonder... Like, if he wins this, he should just retire.
Who?
Tyson Fury.
I don't think he'll win. I think he'll lose the first fight and they'll do a rematch.
Yeah, that might happen. Because it depends on how seriously
They
Tyson Fury takes it.
100% they'll do the fight in Vegas. They won't be in the UK.
Because we know that Usyk is going to take it seriously. Tyson Fury always takes his training seriously, but sometimes he comes in like pretty heavy and...
Nah, Tyson.
Yeah, 34.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a fun fight. Tell you that much.
No, they have to do it. They have to.
Can we finally get a unified champion and heavyweight champion in boxing, please? We haven't had one since Lennox Lewis.
That's
the last
best.
unified
That Lennox Lewis is the
heavyweight-
best British boxer of all time.
For sure. He's
mean-
number one. And he came out to being number one in the greatest era in boxing.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is like the
it's him
90s.
and Calzaghe. Like when you talk about UK, you know.
Well, Calzaghe is at least undefeated. He finished his career completely undefeated, which is pretty crazy. Lennox Lewis lost a couple times when he got knocked out by
Rockman.
Hasim Rockman.
Yeah, Hasim Rockman.
Oh, and the one was it a draw against Holyfield or was it a loss where he got cheated? Where
He lost once to Holyfield and then he beat Holyfield twice. They fought 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Lennox and Holyfield.
Yeah, but Lennox was like Lennox Lewis is the best heavyweight boxer in my opinion of all time.
I still wanted to see the Riddick Bowe fight, man. I was a huge Riddick Bowe fan, and they never ended up making that fight. And it's like one of the few like fights that they couldn't put together in like the best era of heavyweight boxing. I would have loved to have seen Riddick Bowe in a prime Lennox Lewis fight.
Look at the UK.
They just gave him the WBC title, remember? Because Riddick Bowe threw it in the trash. Don't worry, he just does that shit.
Just looking at you.
He's sketchy when he doesn't know people. My cat just hissed it, and he looks like he's. It looks like you're about to slap him, Matt. Working your kung fu skills. He likes Jake.
The UK like had the best middleweight division in that time. Like you had Nigel Benn.
Yeah, Ben was an amazing fighter. Eubank.
You had Steve Collins, and like all those guys were good. And then you had Roy Jones, but you couldn't ever make the Steve Collins Roy Jones fight. And then
and that was when they did make fights.
As they were exiting, Calzaghe started to
turn it on.
Yeah. But
there would have been
Calzaghe
some
just
good
threw
ones
a
there.
Fucking million punches a fight. Like you would knock him down, and he'd be like, "Nah, fam."
No, don't want to. Apparently, it was because he had really brittle like hands, and if he threw with power, like they said in the gym, he used to break his hand all the time and stuff like that. So that's why he had to fight that way.
It was funny they said that, but then in the Eubank fight, he fucking steamed him in the first round. Dropped.
Oh, he still got power, but he was a volume guy though.
Oh, but did you see that punch? If you pull up the Eubank Calzaghe fight, the very first round, he lands a left hand, I think, and it's just like, whoo. Chris Eubank is like, whoa. And he wasn't supposed to even fight him. Calzaghe was supposed to fight Collins, and Collins pulled out, and Eubank came in. But, oh, man, the first round is just crazy. I'm sure it shows it on the highlight. It has to.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Has to.
Joe Calzaghe, man, one of the few to retire undefeated. In this generation, it's like Floyd, it's Calzaghe.
Boom!
So
Oh, man. Left hook, step through.
Crazy.
Just going for it.
And look at them fighting in the clinch. God, I miss when they used to let them fight in the clinch.
Oh, man. You got to respect Joe Calzaghe, man. That guy is an animal.
Yeah, he's one of the best champions of all time. Was he
Did he
38-0?
have like 20 defenses of his WBO
Yeah, his
title?
record's insane.
And was
people
he,
just
was
forget.
it 38-0? What was Calzaghe's record when he...
45-0?
I can't remember how many he had.
45-0, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Joe Calzaghe is totally underrepresented in like the modern day great champions.
Let's see, record.
Oh, he's got I know he defended the belt
46,
no losses.
46-0.
Bro, 46-0, and he had like 20 title defenses.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like how? I loved when Carl Froch? No, is that the Cobra guy?
Carl Fock, is it? I think so.
Who did Carl Froch lose to?
He's not well liked in the UK, so I don't know.
Why?
Oh, everyone just thinks he's a bit of an ass.
Is it Carl Froch? Is that the? Am I thinking of the right guy?
But he is one of those. He is one of those guys that actually managed to get out with his perfect record intact. And it's Froch.
I think it's CARL. FROCH or some shit.
FR.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. OCH or something. Yeah, that's it.
Is it him? Yeah, it's Carl Froch. He was saying he would beat Joe Calzaghe. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why he's not well liked in the UK.
Yo, bro. He got beat. Don't get me wrong. Andre Ward, I feel like, would have been a tough fight for Calzaghe. But Calzaghe always has a chance because the amount of volume he throws is insane.
Yeah.
But he would have destroyed Carl Froch.
But that's the thing.
I mean, like...
For sure. No, that's the thing with Calzaghe, though, is it's like you just keeping up with his volume alone. And his defense was really good. He got hit sometimes, but, like, his chin was amazing.
Bro, he beat Kessler when Kessler was, like, the top guy in the world. Mikhail Kessler, he beat him. Like, no one thought Calzaghe was going to beat Kessler when they fought. And he beat him. And then he went to the U.S. And then he beat Hopkins. Then he beat Roy Jones. And then he retired. And, like, people are always like, oh, he didn't fight Roy Jones in his prime.
Yeah.
Well, Calzaghe wasn't in his prime when he fought Roy Jones either. But it was his last fight of his career.
Yeah, but still, beating Roy Jones and beating Bernard Hopkins in a row or within a couple fights of each other. At that time, it was back-to-back, right? At that time, first of all, Roy Jones went on the fight for a long time still after that, didn't he?
Yeah.
But that was when he started to really decline. But Bernard Hopkins fought for 20 more years after that and then won a heavyweight championship. And Calzaghe beat him pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. He got dropped in the first round, and then after that, it
was all Calzaghe.
was all Joe.
One of the great underrepresented names in boxing. Who's your favorite boxer? We could probably
Of all
end
time?
on this. Yeah, who's like your... Oh, you all right, Jake?
Oh, my God. It probably the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, who's your favorite or whatever?
The best fighter of all time, Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran. Is your you think he's the best or he's your favorite?
No, I think he's the best lightweight ever.
Oh, the best lightweight. Oh,
He
for sure.
He beat Sugar
He only
Ray
lost to welterweights and
He
shit.
beat Sugar Ray Leonard at Sugar Ray Leonard's premium
Prime,
weight
yeah.
class.
Yeah.
He went to Montreal and beat this. It was a crazy fight.
That was a crazy fight. Because that's when Ray Leonard just was like, I'm going to stand right in front of you. I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to move my feet. I'm not going to do shit except stand here and go to war.
Then he went up.
And you can't go to war with him, man.
Then he went up and fought Marvin Hagler. And these are winning them fights for 15 rounds.
Yes, 15 rounds. And
At
they're way
middleweight.
bigger than him.
At middleweight.
I know. And he was part of that great middleweight trilogy between him and Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, which is some of the best. That's like one of the best, 3-4 people of all time to fight each other. Of course, he ended up losing those.
Well,
But he's fighting huge guys.
he lost to Hearns very quickly. Got knocked out in the second round.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's all even because Sugar Ray beat everyone
Yeah.
Yeah.
except Roberto Duran. I mean, he beat
Yeah,
Roberto,
yeah.
but Roberto Duran beat him at his weight class.
Yeah.
Where Sugar Ray was undefeated.
But Sugar Ray fought Roberto Duran's fight, and that's probably why he lost it, which is why he got him, ended up getting him later on. But Hagler was in there too, right? So you had Hagler, you had Roberto Duran, you had Sugar Ray Leonard, and you had Tommy. It was like just Tommy Hearns. Great boxing, man. That's one of the best heroes of
not
boxing.
only
of all time.
that, you got Wilfred Benitez, who was a killer. Wilfred Benitez won the world title at 18.
I don't remember if I know him.
Look up Wilfred Benitez. Crazy. Wilfred Benitez is the best Puerto Rican boxer ever, in my opinion.
Wilford?
I can't see what I'm typing. from here.
Benitez, B-E-N.
B-E-N? Go back to? B-E-N?
Oh, right there. You could just go down. Yeah.
Nice. Wilford Benitez. Oof.
Oh, that's not.
He must have aged poorly. 1958. He's a New York-born Puerto Rican
Now,
former professional boxer.
Go to his professional record down on the third one.
Well, hold on. Let me read the top thing first real quick, Jake, for the listeners. And then, so he's, because I haven't seen this guy. He's the youngest world champion in sports history. Right on. Earning his first of 3 career world titles in separate weight classes and separate weight divisions at the age of 17. He's best remembered as a skilled and aggressive fighter with exceptional defense ability, along with his fights with Roberto Duran, Thomas Hearns, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Did he lose to all those guys?
I think he beat Roberto.
There you go.
He lost to Ray Leonard. That was his first loss. Lost to Thomas Hearns.
But you see, he beat Carlos Palomino. He beat Roberto Duran.
Oh, yeah, he did beat Roberto Duran. There it is.
I mean,
WBC
he beat-
light middleweight title.
Yeah, he beat Paul Whitaker, who was a decent fighter. Bro,
Struggled there at the end.
you want to look at a guy who is phenomenal defensively. Watch a Wilfred Benitez highlight.
Yeah, I will. I haven't seen.
Handsome man. Look at that.
Yeah, especially
Handsome
to win
fella.
the world title at 18 too, man. You got to be damn good.
That's the thing. It's like boxing. People don't know that
No, because boxing does a terrible job of marketing anybody that's not like the champion in the division.
It's just like you got, and like the other thing about Roberto Duran is people forget he went up to middleweight and beat Iran Barkley as well.
Yes, that's crazy. Go to Roberto Duran's. Actually, when I talked to DJ at the fights, I told him that, like, I remember watching him in the WEC, right, when he was still like middling. He fought, but he lost to like Brad Pickett, I think, and then he fought for a title there and lost, and then Dom beat him in the UFC, and like I watched all of that, and I told him that the fact that I'm here and I'm judging one of your fights, and I used Roberto Duran, I was like, it would be like judging a Roberto Duran fight like in the 80s.
Yeah, man.
Right, so to be able to see that, and I literally used Roberto Duran as an example of like, I could never imagine like judging a guy that's like one of the all-time greats next to the fight, and I used him as an example. So go down to his record. Let's see when this started to, but the actual fight record. Right. Yeah.
Jesus.
Down a little bit. Look
Look at these guys. These guys talk about being 50-0.
So Ray Leonard, then
79-7.
oh wow. So that loss to Benitez was only like his third loss ever. That goes to show you how legit he was. And then he started fighting middleweights, right?
Yeah.
So then you see Hagler, Thomas Hearns,
But
back
then
to back.
look, that's hilarious, right? So look, he lost to Benitez in 82, and then 7 years later, he beat Iron Barkley for the middleweight world title.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight too.
Bro, if you're a boxing fan, whether you're black, you like the way the African Americans fight, whether you like the way the Mexicans fight, whether you like the way the English fight, everyone likes Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
Everyone respects the way Roberto Duran fought because he came and he fought.
Blood and guts.
He adjusted well. Mm-hmm. He could adjust in the fight. He could fight you from any space. And his defense was underrated.
Totally
Like, he
underrated.
would defend inside. He'd catch hands. And his punching power is just,
insane.
Yeah.
Insane. No, but that first Ray Leonard fight, when you watch them, they were literally just like forehead to forehead. Pretty much the whole fight. Just body shots, uppercuts.
Bro,
like, it was an insane fight.
The fight with Hagler and the fight with Hearns, those two fights, they're all-time greats.
Yeah.
Like, they're 15-round wars, bro.
Especially in those days, too, right? Like,
And Roberto Duran was known for just, like, going to the cafes and drinking a lot of beer in New
doing
York.
coke
Yeah,
and everything.
just like-
He's a party animal.
He's
a
like
party
living the
animal.
life.
I just watched, it's like one of those 30 for 30 things on Tommy Morrison.
Oh, God.
There was a whole thing. It was interesting. I didn't know like some of his story, but man, he had a crazy life. Tommy Morrison, he was in Rocky V. If you have,
But was
if you
also
haven't
a
seen
legit contender at one stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was the WBO heavyweight champion. He didn't knock out. He beat George Foreman after George Foreman was he just lost, right? Foreman had just beat Michael Moore, and then did he fight Tom? Did he lose that to Tommy Morrison?
I thought you knocked out Tommy Morrison. Or did Tommy knock him out?
No, Tommy Morrison beat Foreman.
Yeah.
That was his one heavyweight. That was his one heavyweight thing. But this guy was like just boozing all the time. He ended up getting, and he was in Rocky V, so he was the main guy in that. But he ended up getting AIDS because he would have sex with hundreds of women a week. He said easily one a day was like a bad day. And so he was sleeping with everybody, ended up contracting AIDS right when he was about to fight Lennox Lewis, or was one fight away from fighting Lennox Lewis. Click on his. Click on his
sad
thing.
story.
It's a really sad story. He ended up getting like implants, like pec implants and bicep implants, because he was shrinking from the HIV, and he still wanted to look like athletic and stuff. And there was this crazy picture of him when he was like 44. It looked like he was about 68. Yeah, so right, it was the Michael Bent loss. So yeah, so he did well against everybody except when Ray Mercer knocked him out. And then he had to go. He had a couple great fights. Beat Foreman for the WBO heavyweight title, and then lost to Michael Bent. If he beat Michael Bent is when he was supposed to get the Lennox Lewis fight, and it was already in his contract. It was like a $6 million, $8 million fight. And then he lost to Michael Bent, and it all started going downhill
But
after
he fought
that.
Lennox Lewis.
But he also beat Razor Ruddock. So, I mean, he has some... And that was for the IBC heavyweight
Well, he
title.
lost to Lennox.
He lost to Lennox. They didn't end up making that fight later, but he lost it early on when it was like
Yeah, it's
in its
just
prime.
one of those things that when people like...
Type in a mugshot, Jay, because you got to look at what Tommy Morrison looked like. He's 44 years old. And you can see, like, because the HIV, the drugs, he was doing tons and drinking.
Well, he was just abused. Like, he's one of those guys who just abused everything. Alcohol, drugs, like...
Look at that. He's 44 here. Throw that up on the main screen if you can. I mean, look at that. That is 44. And now click the one where he's young. Like,
Slight difference.
yeah, but I mean, that's 44. Like, 44, he looks like he's about 68.
It's the drugs, bro.
Yeah, man, the drugs, the
drugs.
booze, and HIV. And apparently...
Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
And apparently...
Well, I mean, look at Magic Johnson. Let's call a spade a spade.
Well, he wouldn't take his medication, and apparently he started believing that it was fake. That because he started believing some conspiracy that HIV was fake, and then he stopped taking his medicine, and it was just this crazy story of a once potentially great heavyweight in that same sort of era, right in the '90s when heavyweight boxing was really, really on fire, and didn't win the fight he was supposed to win. Got HIV, just went off the rails. Crazy story. Damn. Yeah, sad story though.
Sad.
How the hell did Oscar De La Hoya manage to keep it together for so long? That guy partied harder
good
and
genetics.
longer and competed well longer than
But,
any guy.
this
Is
is-
he the number one drug-addled fighter of all time? John Jones beat Gustafsson. What he was probably doing coke that week, but I think Oscar De La Hoya probably did it that fucking day sometimes.
I mean, John Jones is pretty bad.
John Jones is
He said, like,
he's up there,
I beat you off a week of cocaine and hookers.
and he was right. Yeah,
Fuck.
that's crazy. I love that part. I think that DC.
Yo, imagine it's just Rod Tang doing the same stuff, but like, in
Rod Tang.
Thailand.
That would be
He's
hilarious.
just like, woo, what's this? Happy five.
But
Woo!
he needs to own it like John did when he fought DC, because that was the best hype shit of all time. When they caught those two talking to each other,
Yeah, he's
and
like-
that's when John was still pretending in
What's up,
public.
pussy?
Yeah, he's still there, pussy. That was when John was still pretending like he was like a Christian and shit. Was actually
And he's like, oh, we're still filming. And he's like, what?
yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah,
That
boy.
exact moment.
Your ass is
He's like,
caught, bro.
You see his eyes get big, and he's like, oh, the show is
Oh, the
over.
best-
Oh, now I got problems.
The best is when he fucking just puts Machida on his face, and then you hear the corner mic pick up Jackson in the corner, Greg Jackson. He's like, "Hey, go over check on Lyoto and get some fans."
Yeah.
You can pull that up like on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I've heard it. Yeah, I have heard
He's
that
just
before.
like go check on Lyoto and get some fans.
Meanwhile, John just dropped him on his face.
But DC's
Completely
had
unconscious
some,
and then
DC's
walked
had
away.
some good fucking lines too. The best DC call out for me ever was when he fought
Bader, the Ryan Bader one.
No, he beat holy shit. He beat not Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson in New York.
The second time or the first time?
I think the second time, whatever time he beat him, it was in New York, and he goes to the crowd and he says, I forget who he's talking to. He's like, young man, you just beat Corey Anderson. Sit down.
Yeah. When the guy stood
Oh my
up.
God.
Who
The
was
guy
it?
stood up. He said, I like Corey Anderson, but you just beat Corey Anderson. Sit down, young man. Oh, man. That was absolutely funny. Or
Who was he talking to though?
I forget.
Oh, okay.
But it was hilarious. And then when he was doing the press conference with John Jones the second time, he's like, I might look like a crackhead, but I ain't never been a crackhead like you.
Yeah, that was the best promo of all time. Those John Jones DC ones.
Chael and Anderson was great.
Yeah, Chael and Anderson was also great. But that was more one-sided, right? John and DC were both giving it to each other. They were both talking shit. It was the build-up. They got in the fight at that press conference or whatever. It was insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jake, did we pretty much cover everything?
All in one?
We covered all the ones. Is there UFC next week?
There has to be.
I think there is, but it's only...
It's is that the Tuivasa Cyril Gane one?
Yes, it is. That's, Paris.
My memory works sometimes.
That's a sick
surprising.
card.
Oh,
So that one, I think
Yeah.
Cyril Gane's going to walk away with that one pretty easy.
Nah,
Oh,
let's go Tuivasa.
Oh, I
want to
I
see
would love.
Tui in Paris.
Well-
Let's go.
I mean, if Ty wins, you got to give him the title fight. I mean, because Cyril Gane's the number one, right?
I mean, I'm pretty
Or
sure
Stipe.
Jones, Miocic are fighting. So
Yeah, that's going to be sweet.
Vittori Whitaker's a great fight.
That's a great fight. Yeah, that's definitely a good fight. So that's the co-main event. And then let's put on can you see the rest of them? John Makdessi's fighting.
now they got
That's
all
right.
the French Canadians.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like
this-
in France,
that's
we've run out of
Charles
French.
Jourdain.
We've run out of French
Nathaniel
fighters,
Wood.
but
Oh, Manon Ferro fight got canceled.
Okay,
That
go down a
sucks.
little bit. Is that it?
You know,
Okay.
Nathaniel Wood is good. The British guy,
yeah.
he's fucking good. He's underrated in my opinion. I think Nathaniel Wood is good.
18-5.
You're talking about British guys. You know who my favorite British boxer is right now?
Go on.
Warren. What is that his name? The guy from Leeds? Warren?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck.
Is he
Out of the
boxing or MMA?
No, boxing. He's a world champion.
It's just too many in boxing. Too many different versions of the belts. There's too many different top whatevers. There's too many. Just
Josh Warrington.
Oh yeah.
Josh Warrington.
Josh Warrington.
I fucking love watching him fight. He's a fucking tank. I love watching him
I haven't
fight.
checked this out, but I
Watch
will.
Josh Warrington fight. You'll be a fucking fan. That guy is crazy.
Do you think Ty has any chance against Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
You think? I don't think he's going to out technique him anywhere. I also don't think
Doesn't matter.
He's going to
so hard.
But Cyril Gane doesn't get hit. Cyril Gane doesn't get hit by really anybody.
No, I completely understand. But Tuivasa is a shit house.
Yeah.
He's
a
Yeah.
He'll fucking run in there like
walk forward.
West Side. West Side.
But I love his personality, man. Like I watching his post fight interviews. It's hilarious.
He used to come to Tiger. I always used to wear like board shorts to grapple, just because th're comfortable.
What's board shorts?
Like
spats?
No, board shorts, like surfboard shorts, like fucking swim trunks.
Oh, why are you doing that, dude?
No, I just would wear them, like just normal. Like I just would always wear them. I would wrestle with Ty a lot. It was Ty.
Why would you ever want to wrestle Ty Tuivasa?
Junior Tafa,
yeah,
who's also in the UFC. His brother, Justin, and like Mark Hunt. They were all there. But I would wrestle with Ty and Junior in the group. And then there was this Chinese guy that they called the Great Wall who ended up getting caught with PEDs. So it was like us in a group, but we would wrestle.
I think a lot of those Tiger guys that got caught with some PEDs.
Yeah. And fucking Ty just used to call me Surfboard all the time.
That's his name.
Hey, Surfboard. Hey, come over here. Yo, he's a funny guy.
I would love to have a beer with Ty Tuivasa. That would just be amazing.
He's a shit house.
I have no doubt.
One beer with him, yes. Like 8 beers with him in a bar, no.
Well, no, didn't you hear the story how he signed the fucking Derek Lewis fight? He's like, oh, after the fight, I was drunk and I agreed to it. You didn't hear the story? It's fucking great. He's like, oh, fuck. I think I agreed to fight someone.
And then you wake up the next day with a hangover and you're like, wait, what did I agree to?
What's this piece of paper? Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck. I love Ty Tuivasa. One, he'll walk out to some fucking stupid ass song. Like he walked out to Spice Girls. You want to be my love? And then he did the Titanic, My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He's done Barbie Girl as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Fucking Ty Tuivasa is awesome.
Fun. He's a fun fighter. All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's finish this thing up. Jake, anything else you could think of? We pretty much covered all the one. We covered the UFC. I think that's just about it. Cool. So, guys, check out my Instagram. I'm gonna edit together a bunch of the videos and stuff that I took when I was judging at one. I basically like vlogged the whole thing. I don't know how appropriate it was to do or whatever. Obviously, I didn't do it when I was like judging. When I was working,
No, but they need that. Like the one thing that one is lacking is like independent media, in my opinion. Like ONE FC.
That's why we do this, right?
UFC has like MMA Warehouse. They do all this stuff. They do it for one, but they don't really do it for one.
But it's like I get what you mean. It's
one,
all controlled.
us.
It's all controlled through one.
Yes.
And it's not independent
they
sort of
need
thing.
independent media.
Pay me and Jake one. That's what well, they do already pay me a little bit, I guess, but pay us as media, as independent media.
I'll tell you right now.
I don't think there's too
much. Ain't paying me shit.
There's too much.
I'll tell you right now. I'm a one. I like one. I do not dislike one, but I call a spade, and like I think Chatri's a good guy, but sometimes.
I'm just glad there's the platform here, like in Singapore, for all these
100%.
guys to fight and everything. And fuck, is it getting good, man? The quality of the product, especially the kickboxing and the Muay Thai, man, has gotten so much.
That's what they
so
should
much
capitalize
better.
on.
It is amazing.
But he still robbed my boy Keanu 50 G's.
I think they should have given Keanu.
He's still robbing my dog. Hey, you don't knock out the number 5 guy in the world in the first round and not get 50 G's, and you give it to a guy who grappled, who didn't finish a fight. That's not very honorable and integrity. Mr. Chatri, okay?
He's saying that's against the Bushido code.
No, it's...
I was thinking that, if I was him, probably what he's trying to do, is I mentioned this to you earlier, is probably invest that in like the jiu-jitsu people so that he can attract
bring them in.
more people to come. Because when they start to see that number and all those big bonuses, people are going to start to keep like one in their head. As
Jiu-jitsu guys want to compete, yes.
For sure.
But people aren't fucking
But yeah, I agree. I think that Keanu definitely should have got that, but I'm not the boss man, so... what was I going to say? Oh, right. So I was saying that I basically vlogged the whole thing, which is pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah, hell yeah.
Especially when I was like on the side, like watching the Muay Thai fights and stuff, I was able to do it. And then, so I did both days because it was, dude, the schedule was brutal. You were there.
Yeah, you guys were like, I heard some people slept in the stadium.
Dude, it was like 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
We did the fights. I had to go in at like 6:30 or something. The fights finished around midnight. And then we had to go to the hotel to stay in the hotel. And then we had to be at the bus at 5:30,
Yeah,
5:45 the
that's
next
rough.
morning. And dude, you're amped up after the fights. You can't just go home and turn your brain off.
Bro,
So I
we
came
probably
back
went
here-
to sleep at 2 or 3.
Yeah,
And then we're
well-
like, oh shit, iPhone. This.
I got 3 hours of sleep, and then I drank a couple coffees and went in and judged the whole thing. And
That's rough.
But it was cool because I got to do. So I got a bunch of videos of the fights. I'll put it on my Instagram. I'm gonna try to edit it all together.
You should,
and then share it. And then you can also check. And you can see pictures. I took pictures with DJ and Herb Dean, who I got to chat with a lot the whole time, and Martin, the girl that fought Kitchens she was at the party, and
Nice.
Rich Franklin's sexy ass with his white. He got pushed in the pool, tackled into the pool by everybody, and he had a white T-shirt on, so it looks like a. Do you have it, Jake? You probably. Yeah, you could probably throw it up there. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, may have turned me a little gay. Rich at 48 looks ridiculous. Just go down to the downloads in the bottom corner there.
I'll tell you a funny story about Herb Dean.
All the way to the right?
No, it's all right.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. So click on that picture of... No, the other one. The other one's way more hilarious. And make it big. I mean, look at that. Look at this guy.
Oh,
Shredded, dude.
Jim Carrey got buff. What is
Jim Carrey is jacked, man.
Look at Oliver behind him with no legs.
Olivia. Yeah.
I've been making fun of Amir Khan for a decade because he doesn't lift legs.
His shirt was the first one off of everybody.
Oh,
at the
100%.
party. Olivia's shirt was the first one off. And then have you click another couple one. I thought another really cool one I put is a Panda when she's dancing right next to the.
Oh, that's
next
cool.
to the stage. Click that video.
So that one? No, that's you.
Because the perspective on this one is that's after the DJ. I thought I sent it to you.
No, these are just.
I think it's the one to the right.
That one?
It's that one, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Just let that play for a second. So, unfortunately, you can't hear the music. But, it's such a cool just because the view, right? We're right next to the cage, and she just starts dancing and chucking the shirts and everything. So, anyway, if you want to see some stuff from there, I'm going to edit the vlog together and stuff so you guys can see, from a judge's perspective, what the event looked like. I think it could be pretty sweet. Hopefully I don't get any shit for it, but I thought it was cool. Anyway, so Matt, thanks for coming on the podcast again, man. It's always good to pick your brain. It's always good to, you're in the scene here too, and I always like to talk to the local coaches, especially you were there. Hey, you got a guy right now in the top 5 in the featherweight division, so let's see if we can
stay here a little longer.
Wrap that belt around Keanu's waist and get that man
MMA,
50 G's.
And I love like-minded people like you guys to talk MMA about. But man, sometimes it's just when you've been in it for so long, the last thing you want to do when you're not in the gym is talk about MMA.
Yeah. I'm a psycho. I still want to do this. Isn't that crazy? You think I would be exhausted?
Just come on one where there's not been any fights and we just talk random shit for 3 hours. That'll be fun for you.
Yeah, that's for you.
We don't have to talk fights. We can just tell dick jokes. We can, All right, guys. Everybody, this is the Stronghold Podcast. Thank you all for listening. Follow all of us on social media and shit.
New Jab City.
Matt's Gym, Foxgloves. Check it out on Instagram. One of the best pad holders in the country. One of the best boxing trainers in the country. One of the best MMA trainers in the country. Matt Pellino in the house. Jake, the producer, in the house.
Best Englishman in the country. Let's fucking go.
Just automatic every time. Tyson Fury. What?
Yeah.
So this is the Stronghold Podcast, everybody. Thank you all for listening. We'll catch you next time. We're out.